Finally. Finally! TSR Sports is back live on YouTube. It's been a while, my friends. Welcome to TSR Sports. We'll be doing a live play-by-play reaction scoreboard, a live chat. Have a little fun tonight, hopefully, as the San Antonio Spurs visit the Memphis Grizzlies. A lot of players out tonight, including the two guys on the thumbnail. But, hey, it is what it is. No matter what happens, hopefully you have a good game. If you're a San Antonio Spurs fan, despite the loss of the Boston Celtics, you have to be proud of the way the team fought all night and almost pulled off a huge surprise victory. As far as the Grizzlies, we always struggle against them, so hopefully tonight's a little different. Time will tell, and it feels good to be back live. It's been about 2 weeks. Pretty much every game was blacked out for me last week, so I couldn't call them. Then we had the holidays before that, but life is back to normal, if we will. So hopefully at least 2 live streams a week moving forward. And tomorrow, Spurs fans, will be exactly halfway through the season, 41 games, which means I'll have a mid-season report card up. I haven't been doing the weekly report cards because interest, hasn't been quite there because of the team losing. But I do want to do a mid-season report card, eventually followed up by a end-of-the-season report card when we get to the end of the season, which is a ways away. But I'm excited for tonight's game. I tried watching a game recently by myself, and man, it's not the same. I have anybody to talk to. I'm just looking around, and I'm like, no Selena, no you guys, nothing. So, yeah, I definitely prefer doing it this way. Good evening, J Money, Veronica, Extra Smooth Dude, Spur of the Moment, Kyle, Kerm, Hermes, thank you for stopping in. Jake from State Farm, flipping back and forth from the Spurs. And yes, there is a college football game, so I know a lot of people will be watching that. I have no interest in college football. Never have, never will. I've tried. I don't know. I don't get it. Good evening, I'm Mario. Now the Giants, we may have lost yesterday, but I was very proud of the way the team fought. Davis Webb, that incredible touchdown run he had, and then Kenny Galladay comes back from the grave and shows up. Now, he's not going to be a Giant next year. He's probably the worst free agent signing I've ever seen as a New York Giant fan. If not the worst, he's definitely top 3. Dude had 5 or 6 catches this year on 17 targets. He was abysmal. But it gives the Giants momentum going in the playoffs. On the other side, I know I've got a lot of Cowboys fans that are subscribers. Wow, not a good way to end the season with an absolute dud against Washington. So I'd be a little nervous going into the first round from a Cowboys fan. Good evening, Toby. Appreciate that. Mario, who do we have Sunday? Is it the Vikings? I have not looked at the schedule yet. Do we have Minnesota to open up the playoffs? Honestly, don't know. Or is it the 49ers? Veronica, thank you. Great to be back. And yes, hopefully a fight just like the great fight against the Celtics. It's nice, I enjoyed the break off, and I think I'll probably do that every Christmas, just kind of light content throughout the holidays. But now that the holidays are over, getting a little back into schedule. Mentioned earlier, for those of you just coming in, San Antonio Spurs midseason report card will be up tomorrow, and it's going to be a little, I think it's going to look better, if you will, than my normal report cards. I'm putting a little more effort into it because it's a midseason thing. I'll have that up either in the afternoon or after work, depends on when I can get it done. And there's a lot to talk about with the Spurs so far, halfway through the season. I know it's not the All-Star break yet, but midseason for me is 41 games. They play 82, 41's right in the middle, so it makes sense to do them right then and there. It is the Vikings. Oof. It kind of sucks. My best friend's a Vikings fan, and I'm sure they're all going to get together. I already made plans with my uncle, though, to watch the game. He's a Giants fan, and family comes first, and I'm not going to bail on family. Great performance against the Celtics. Absolutely. John Morant is out tonight. Kelvin Johnson's out tonight. Devin Vassell's out tonight. Brandon Clark's out tonight. This is going to be this will be a chance for the guys that normally don't get the spotlight, if you will, for either team to kind of step up and show them what you got. For the San Antonio Spurs, I believe I saw the starting lineup is Jakob Poeltl, Jeremy Sohan, KBD, and KBD's been kind of KB doo-doo lately. Like, he hasn't really given us much. He was much better last year. At the guards, I believe it's Romeo Langford and Trey Jones. And this will be a battle of the Joneses, if you will. Tyus Jones will be the starting point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trey Jones, his brother, will be the starting point guard for the San Antonio Spurs. So a nice little family battle. And if, you didn't know, these two teams play again Wednesday at the exact same time. The Spurs will finish this week playing the Golden State Warriors on Friday. I will not be calling that game. I know this is a huge game for San Antonio Spurs the San Antonio Spurs organization and the fan base as they're going back to the Alamo Dome. I don't know if we've broken the attendance record yet. They're very close. It's on ESPN. I don't get ESPN. And it's also Friday night. And moving forward, maybe permanently, I don't plan on really streaming on Fridays or Saturdays. Attendance is usually down. Viewership is down, definitely on Fridays. Not so much Saturdays, but definitely on Fridays. And not to mention the fact I'm doing stuff with friends now on weekends, and I don't want to cancel plans with friends to do a basketball game. It's just God, family, friends, Spurs. Spurs are very important to me, but you always got to put the other ones up first. Yes, exactly. Jones versus Jones. Thank you, Jake from State Farm. Uh, by the way, can we just your division sucks. Wow. Was it one the Bucks went 8-9 and everybody else I think went 7-10? Just what a fall from grace of what that division was just a few years ago. Yes, sibling rivalry for sure, Kerm. It should be a I think it'll be a good game. The Grizzlies last year when John Morant didn't play were astonishingly good. I feel like they had a record of 20-1 or 21-2. It was something ridiculous when he didn't play. And I think everybody would agree the Memphis Grizzlies are a better team when Jean Morant is playing. For whatever reason, last season, they were just fine without him. Ah, all right, Dante, Giants fan as well. This was a great season for us. Uh, I'm a Giants fan, but you don't see a lot of Giants content on the channel. Primarily to Spurs and slowly becoming more of a Spurs NBA channel as I will start doing more shorts. I have a series of 5 shorts planned that I want to machine gun out in the next two. Machine gun out. You know what I mean? Get out in the next couple weeks. And some NBA draft prospect type videos coming up. I just feel it's a little too early to still touch that yet. I do have a Scoot Henderson scouting report planned. Maybe I should do the Thompson brothers too, as they're expected to go pretty high, and the Spurs can end up getting one of them. And yeah, yeah. As far as Giants content, I may cover the draft, but the draft coverage this year I don't think is going to be as fun because the last 2 years with the New York Giants draft, we were always picking tenths, or sorry, picking in the top 10 because we were terrible, and the Giants were surprisingly good this year. I don't know where we have drafted the season ending today, the overall season, playoffs included. But we're not going to have a top 10 pick unless they make trades. But a great year for the Giants, and man, having the right GM and right coach in place, Brian Dable, possible coach of the year, really has turned the franchise around. Keldon is out as far as I know, Jamal, and Devin Vassell is out for maybe the rest of the year. Spurs fans, do you think the Spurs should sit Devin Vassell? He's had a knee problem all year, just had a procedure done. I believe it was a minor surgical procedure. Timeline from what I'm hearing is close to when the playoffs will begin. Well, I'd like to get some reps, have him get some reps, and continue to improve upon his game, which we've seen him do a lot this year. I don't want to risk long-term injury over the long haul, and I think they might just shut Devin down at this point. I probably would. We did not do you a favor at all, Brian. And you know what? The Cowboys did themselves no favors either. I threw that game on and turned it right back off. I'm like, this isn't even a game. I don't know because it was week 17 and Dallas was motivated, but you want to go into the playoffs at least with a little momentum. I know you could say, well, the Giants don't be momentum rich, but I think we do. Even though they lost the game, it was all backups, and we still hung in there with one of the best teams in the NFL. I think that gives us some confidence going into the playoffs, whereas you got the Cowboys just lost to Washington. I don't know how that's going to affect them moving into the first round of the playoffs. Time will tell. Could mean nothing, too. The Giants and Vikings game should be really fun to watch. They had a really good game last time. Good evening, it kills. Go Spurs, go to you. Starting earlier, are you going to? No, Luke. I can't go live. I'm going to go with my uncle watching the game with family, so there's no way I can go live. For the Spurs, Trey Jones, Romeo Langford, KBD, Jeremy Sohan, and Jakob Pertl. I don't know. I may have repeated one there. I don't know. Good evening, Butterfly. Jamal, I agree. Out the rest of the season. Tyus Jones, Desmond Bain, Dylan Brooks, Jaron Jackson Jr., and Aquaman himself, Steven Adams, is in there for the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, Luca, I have some friends that are probably going to get together for the Giants Viking games. My best friend is a Vikings fan, but I already committed to hanging out with my uncle. He's a Giants fan, been a Giants fan much longer than I have. I gotta put family first, and he's gonna be a hoop to watch the game with. He's gonna be saying all sorts of nonsense. The Cowboys were horrible, and you threw your Jesus sandal at them. That game does not sound like it was fun to watch if you were a Dallas fan at all. Odell Beckham Jr. back to the Giants? No. And quite frankly, I don't want him. Best of luck to him. He's had 2 torn ACLs, and when he was with the New York Giants, while he was probably one of the most talented, if not the most talented wide receivers the Giants have ever had, he was a locker room headache and a sideline distraction. And those type of players, if you're familiar with this channel, I'm not a fan of those. When the Ben Simmons talk was going around last year, I was very anti Ben Simmons. Nothing against him personally, but just the locker room drama I knew that would come with him sitting out for the Sixers. I was like, I don't want any part of that. And we stayed away, thank goodness. Youngo Boxer, salute to you. Hope you're having a good night. I see a lot of nice. Guys, lost my train of thought. Excited to be back though. TSR Sports, easy goal this year will be 20,000 subscribers. Have no doubt we'll get to that. But I'd really like to grow the channel a lot this year and get to 40 and 50 if possible. That's why I'm adding additional NBA content through the shorts. We'll do some draft coverage. And I think this channel is going to be, when it's all said and done, pretty much an NBA channel, with the Spurs being the focus, no doubt. But I just, while I'm a Yankees fan, a Giants fan, and a Christian Press fan, just trying to do players on the court, tip off, and away we go. I kind of suck at Giants coverage. I do. It's just not my thing talking football. Yankees, I just absolutely do not like covering baseball. It's just, I don't. And then for the women's national team, I've stopped covering them because I can't put up a video and not have 1,800 political comments in there. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I'll do a Kristen Press video if she ever plays again. Anyway, it is Grizzlies ball to start the game. Shot clock at 3, and the runner in the paint is no good by Bang. He was stopped by the Batman. Okay, I won't do that all night. I won't do it. I won't. Where is he? Front of me! All right, I'm done with the Batman. I'm done. Done with the Batman stuff. Sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it at least once, right, Bane? Anyway, ball goes out of bounds. It's still Grizzlies ball. They get it in. The jumper is no good by Dylan Brooks. Ball's going to get knocked back out of bounds. This time it will be San Antonio Spurs ball. Thank y'all for being here. If you're not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And as always, go Spurs, go! All right. Whew, God. I'm pumped up. It's been a while since I've been live. Jeremy, you don't mess with the Sohan in the paint. Spins, throws it up, gets rejected. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs. Jaren Jackson Jr. with the block. No. Spurs draft Scoot Henderson, Amon Thompson. Well, I would agree. Yeah, no Lovey got no love. Playmaker Guido. KBD with the pass to Romeo Langford. Langford drives, throws it up, and off the rim, no good. Romeo Langford has looked pretty darn good as a starter. Bane drives, throws up a layup, and that's going to roll around the rim. Good rim job for Bane as that goes in. That's the wrong side. Grizzlies score the first bucket of the game 1 minute in. Desmond Bane averaging 22 points a game this year. I didn't know I was just playing that well. Jakob Poeltl in the paint, throws up off the glass. Good. We got a tied game 2-all. Eric, I do think the Buccaneers can beat the Cowboys. I don't know who to root for in that game. I don't like the Cowboys. Can't stand Tom Brady, so that's like a lose-lose for me. Aquaman with a little kiss off the glass. It's good, and the Grizzlies are up 4-2. Adams averaging 8 and 11 this year. Trey Jones drives into the paint, throws it up off the glass. The layup is no good. Grizzlies come back the other way. And now we're going to have a whistle, and that's going to be, I think, an offensive foul. I can't see what the whistle is for, but it is a turnover. Nonetheless, it will be Spurs ball. I think, yeah, I'm not sure Brett Favre wants to come back on Green Bay. That team is going total rebuild. He don't want to be there for that. I don't know why he signed that huge contract. The writing was on the wall. That was going to be a dumpster, just a dumpster fire. Trey Jones pull-up jumper, no good. He's now 0 for 2 from the field as we are 2 minutes into the game. Steven Adams in the paint, working on Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl with the strip, and the ball goes back to the Grizzlies. Aquaman with the follow-up jump hook. It's good, and the Grizzlies are up 6-2. Lakers and Nuggets at 8 o'clock. Is that tonight? Is that now? That's a huge game. Huge. Romeo Langford out in three-point land. 12 on the shot clock. Looking for a pick and roll. Jakob Poeltl gets the pick, gets the roll, drives into the paint. Layup. Good. Nice job by Romeo Langford. Really playing so much better than he did. Well, he's playing better basketball now than he has in his entire career. And key is he's staying healthy. Tyus Jones runner is no good as we have 2 Jones on the court. Trey Jones with the ball right now for the Spurs, going against his brother. Gets by him into the paint. Layup gets rejected. Jaren Jackson Jr. with another block. No, no, no. And now he'll take a three down the other end. That is oogly. Oh, my goodness. Oogly three. That goes out of bounds. Good evening, Jared Williams. Do you think Aaron Rodgers to the Jets? Spurs drafting Nick Smith Jr.? Jim, I'm all for Romeo Langford proving that, he belongs here. Jakob Poeltl, a little jumper in the paint is no good. He's got to stay healthy, though, for the rest of the season. He can't go down for like 10, 15, 20 games or I don't know. Bane, pull-up jumper, no good. Jakob with the rebound. It is Spurs ball. Trey Jones will bring it up with 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's quite empty out there in Memphis tonight. Jakob Poeltl with the ball. Dish it off to Trey Jones. Jones going against his brother. Pass it out to Jeremy Sohan. Open for three. Jeremy Sohan! You don't mess with that Sohan for three. And we need that. He may retire. And Toby, he just might. Dylan Brooks into the paint, throws up the layup, no good. It is Spurs ball up 7-6. KBD with the Euro step, throws it up off the glass, good. Spurs up 9-6. Touchdown, TCU. Thank you, Veronica. That's pretty good, huh? I can roll my tongue, ladies. Roll my R's, I mean. That's a miss. Jared Jackson Jr. takes in the paint, misses. Spurs get the ball up the court. KBD in the paint, turnaround, spin around jumper is no good. Maybe a little too much turning and spinning on that one. Like a record, baby, like a record, right round, like a record. Dylan Brooks for three, no good. Trey Jones jumps into him. That's going to be not one, not two, but 3 free throws. Yeah, Jared, even though the Giants did not win yesterday, got to be proud of that game. Very happy. All backups going in there and being competitive with one of the best teams in the NFL. First free throw is no good for Dylan Brooks. Dylan, you son of a... Dog She, good evening. You put a T on the end of that. Oh, that's only 2 free throws. I thought he was going to get 3. Foot must have been on the line. TSR, old blind man over here. 9-7 as he goes 1 of 2 from the line. Trey Jones into the paint. Pull-up jumper is... That's a brick. Spurs get the ball back with 10 on the shot clock. Trey, is it an over and back? Now we got an over and back turnover. Classic Spurs. I guess nobody from the Grizzlies touched it first, so you mid-court line, you can't have the ball go across it and then go behind the line without the opposing team touching it. You never know, playmaker Guido. You never know. Lob attempt by the Grizzlies gets broken up by the Spurs. Jaren Jackson now gets the ball in the corner, and he baseline corner 3 is good. Nice defense by the Spurs, but the Grizzlies recovered nicely. Jakob Poeltl with the ball over to Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy's going to drive, pull up jumper from the free throw line. Is going to bounce around a couple times. No good. Romeo Langford with the putback. What's up, Ernie? Odyssey, good evening. What, Kevin Durant got injured? Did not know that. How long is he out for an extended period of time? I ask myself. Bane with a nice drive and layup, good. 12-11. Grizzlies up halfway through for the first Q. Not a first quarter? Not a Q? Turnover by the Spurs. Grizzlies on the run. They got a 3-on-1. Tyus Jones with the layup, good. And timeout. Spurs, 6:12 to go. 14-11. Grizzlies lead. Yes, Romeo Langford did start. MCL sprain to his right knee. Jared, one of our rookies, Blake Wesley, had an MCL sprain. He's been out 10 weeks. Kevin Durant's age, I think he's going to be out more than a month. I think you're looking at 2 months. Ernie, I don't know. Depends how he develops. Jeremy Sohan's game right now seems to have a very good IQ. Usually plays pretty solid defense. Once his shots start going in, he could be a big part of the next big 3 or big 4, depending on how our roster shapes up, especially after the draft. But I think he could be definitely our franchise power forward, the starter for the next decade. Right? I mean, if they hit it three times in a row to go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to whoever's next in line to who does become that guy, if it's just of a time pass, if you will, a relay pass, man, they'd be very lucky. Yeah, and the Nets were playing really well, weren't they, Jared? Weren't they on a winning streak at one point? I remember they were really tearing it up in the league for a while. It's a big part of winning a championship, though. Stay healthy. You can have the best team in the league, but if your guys can't stay healthy, it ain't going to matter. I mean, a great example of that, you'd only have to look back a few years when, our former player, number two, won his first title and only title, the only year he played with the Raptors, with the Golden State Warriors, got unhealthy, if you will, at the worst time of the year with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson having season-ending injuries at near the end of the playoffs and in the NBA Finals. Just oof, rough. Cowboy X Factor, good evening. I'm really not. You don't take this the wrong way. I don't care who wins the college football game tonight. I'm not a fan of either team. I have no ties to either state. I'm just whatever. Whoever wins that one. No, Eric. DeMar Hamlin should not play football again. Absolutely not. Granted, it was a fluke injury, a fluke incident. It may have been something to do with more in here than the hit itself. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Seems like he's got a good dude. What other charity work he's done. But no, I would not play football again, and I'm sure his family absolutely does not ever want to see him on a football field again. And that will probably weigh into the decision more than anything. His family's not going to want to see him out there. And how do you recover from that? I mean, players have such a mental roadblock recovering from a torn ACL or a torn Achilles. I mean, I know when I had a medical injury last year, I eased myself back into playing basketball, but man, I was scared that first month to really like just jump or put a lot of pressure on my body. And now we're talking about a medical situation that can kill you. Not an injury where it's like, okay, I re-sprained my ankle, I'm out for 2 months. This sucks, but hey, life goes on. No, this is your heart stops, you stop. I don't think you should play football. Spur of the moment, it is. His game is coming along nicely. It really is. Giants upset the Vikings. Oh, I'd love to see that. Whoop, was looking away. Spurs got a bucket. Didn't see who scored it. My apologies. Clock's a little behind. We'll get it caught up. Anyway, it is. Keldon Johnson hurt his leg. I think it's a hamstring injury, and Devin Vassell had procedure on his knee. That pull-up jumper is good by Dylan Brooks. So Devin's going to be out a while. You might even sit him for the rest of the year. I don't know, Coco. 16-13. The Grizzlies are up by 3 on the Spurs. Josh Richardson's checking for the Spurs, been playing really, really well as of late. Malachi Branham's also checked in. So we have some shooters on the floor now. Yakum in the paint, throws it up, in and out, and in and out, and out. Rim was not kind to Mr. Pirtle on that one. Steven Adams with the ball right now in near three-point land. We'll dump it off. Can't see who has that. Well, it's Tyus Jones that has it now. It was John Concher who had it just a moment ago? Look at my old roster cheat sheet for that. Tyus Jones throws it up into the paint, way high off the glass. And we're going to have a foul on the Spurs with 4:58 to go. I'll get my clock caught up. Not too serious, Vila, but you never know. Stuff like that, who knows? Good evening, Greg. Nice. Went to my first two Spurs, which you may be already aware. Went to my first two Spurs games in Texas, and always nice to see when a Spurs fan can go to a game, myself included. Anyway, Grizzlies ball 16-13, kind of a low-scoring game here, at least for the Spurs. Tyus Jones gets into the paint, and the turnaround back by Santi Almada off the Jones pass is good, and the Grizzlies are up by 5. Yes, Brian Dable, coach of the year. I agree. Absolutely. Zach Collins, little jumper off the glass is no good. The little kiss is off. And it is Grizzlies ball. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Steven Adams with the ball right now. Looking to finally passes it off to Santi Almada. Almada with a little jumper in the paint. Good. The little jump hook over Jeremy Sohan. And the Spurs are down 20-13. Spurs? Who's going to give us some offense tonight? Seriously, 13 points? Let's go. Josh Richardson drops it off to Doug McDermott. McDermott back into Zach Collins. Collins in the paint. The little touch jumper is good. We got Jay Rich out there. Malachi Brannon. Doug McDermott. Collins can hit the 3. Sohan has been getting a little better lately. Brooks for 3, no good. Josh Richardson will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 3:40 something left to go in the first quarter. Jay Rich on 3-point lane, guarded by Aquaman. Drives into the paint, passes it out to Sohan. Sohan fakes the 3, drives baseline. Back over to Josh Richardson for 3. No good. Hey, Joe Castles, the $5 super chat says, sorry, missed you when you came down to San Antonio. I was in Cancun. Next time. Well, thank you for the super chat, my man. And a 3-pointer by Tyus Jones goes in and out and in. Appreciate the super chat for you. You get a go, Spurs go. Spurs need to get going. Down by 8. We've had too many games this year where we're down by 10 in the first half or first quarter. Jeremy Sohan for 3, no good. Grizzlies get the ball up the court very quickly. Steven Adams again with the ball in the post. Working on Zach Collins' little jump hook is way off. Doug McDermott with the rebound. Jesse Rodriguez, good evening. I am back from slacking. Malachi Branham for 3, good. All right, 2:45 to go. Spurs down 23-18. You never know. They'll probably appear on the music channel, Cowboy X Factor. Those characters aren't gone, but on here the way they were, yeah, you probably won't see them again. I was enjoying, by the way, enjoying time off with friends, family. It's the little vacation around the winter or around the holiday really was really nice. And moving forward, my plan for this year in 2023, yes, I'm still doing Spurs coverage. I don't think I'm going to live stream on Fridays or Saturdays though. I'm doing things with friends generally on those days now. And prior to maybe the last few months ago, I would have canceled those plans to call a Spurs game. I don't want to do that. I still would like to do a Spurs video of some sort a week. Tomorrow, I'll be doing my midseason recap and report card. I'm very excited to talk about the players and how they've done so far through the midpoint of the year. And I'd like to do at least one Spurs video a week, but I see that going up if we get busy around the trade deadline or before then. I do think the Spurs are going to make a move. The top 3 prospects. Sorry, Veronica. Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, Jakob Poeltl. Although at this point, my gut is telling me the Spurs aren't going to look to trade Jakob Poeltl. Of course, so many things can change between now and you have the NBA draft. If the Spurs were to land at Victor Wembanyama, would they bring Jakob Poeltl back? No. Would he want to be a backup? No. If the Spurs draft number 1 and they draft Scoot Henderson instead, is the Spurs nation just going to absolutely flip out that they didn't take Victor? It'll be a fun year. Yeah, Cowboy, I want to get your opinion on this. Maybe I should mention this, but I have shorts recorded, but it's just the gameplay. It's funny stuff that happens in games, maybe some ragdoll physics, but I can't capture my audio. Is it cheating? In your thoughts, would you still enjoy the video if I did a, voiceover of what my original reaction was? I wouldn't, because I can't capture it. I don't know because the moments happen like this, and I capture a 45-second, a minute clip, but I would like to get some, emotional content in there or play-by-play, I wouldn't be scripted. It would just be, what I remember saying, and I would try to recreate that moment to the best of my ability. Like, holy crap, Brad, did you see that? Because that, how I reacted in the game. I want to put it on there. I'm sorry, Veronica. I knew you were going to say that about Doug. Derek White was being traded around this time, Jesse. I think you're right. If you're a Spurs fan, you really need to expect the unexpected. When you look at last season, Bryn Forbes, shocked he was traded, just re-signed with the Spurs and got shipped right back out again. I didn't think we'd get anything for Thaddeus Young, and we were able to trade him. The Derek White and DeJounte Murray trades, shockers to say the least. Heck, the Joshua Primo waiving. Granted, there's some legal stuff happening outside, but we can't just think of the Spurs team anymore as a team that doesn't make moves because the front office is showing us otherwise. That's a miss for the Grizzlies Spurs ball. Stanley Johnson is checked in. Man, Stanley Johnson has been a shocker for sure for how well he's played for us. I thought he'd be a bum. I'm sorry. Just looking at his lifetime stats, I'm like, this guy sucks. But he has been very good. Doug McDermott for 3, not going to be good. Offensive foul in the Spurs on the screen. Hey, I'm just saying. Jesse. All right, Cowboy X Factor. With the Bulls, did Spurs win the DeMar trade? Have we drafted anybody, though? Oh, that's a three, no good. It is Spurs ball. Does anybody know? Have we used any of the Bulls picks we got yet? Or are we talking about like the trade? Oh yeah, you're talking about this Bulls trade. That's a miss in the paint. Follow-up's no good. Spurs had a chance, two chances there to score, no good. It is now Grizzlies ball. I need to focus on the game. Drive, layup, good, and one for yellow headband guy. I don't know who number 8 is. Sorry, Grizzlies fans, if there's any in here. He's yellow headband guy for right now. I don't have a number 8 in my cheat sheet for the Grizzlies roster. Got no idea who that is. That's a nice move. He looks Zaire Williams. All right. I have no idea who that is, but that was a nice move. Makes the free throw, and it is back up to an 8-point game at a Spurs ball. Hey, yellow headband guy. Very excited for the NFL playoffs. Can't wait to watch the Giants this weekend. Is that Giants game on Saturday or Sunday, my friends? Does anybody know? Jared, I know you know. Ball's going to get thrown out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spurs with 1:32 to go in the first Q. Okay, thank you, Jose. So, Cowboy X Factor, way too early to tell. But both teams with the recent trades for the Spurs, quick inbound pass, and that's a layup for San Antonio. I lost my train of thought. DeRozan still too early. The DeJounte stuff and Derek White trades, jury's still out. I mean, I'm sure the Celtics are happy. Spurs almost turned the ball over. Jay Rich with the ball. Minute to go. 15 on the shot clock. Doug McDermott pass over to Zach Collins. Collins. Nice little give and go to Malachi Brandon. Brandon with the jumper. Wants a foul. Not going to get it. And it is Grizzlies ball. Under a minute to go. 28-20. Quick three-pointer down the other end. Dang it. Santi Aldama with the three-pointer. Oh, he took a point away. Maybe his foot was on the line. Jay Rich going to launch a three. That is a three. 30-23. Spurs hanging tough. They're rough. They put a point on the board. Scoreboard for the NBA, passing it kind of sucks. Seems behind. Xavier Tillman with the jumper for the Grizzlies. Back to a 10-point game. XXX World, good evening. Thank you for stopping in to your fellow 440 on Fox Saturday day. Stanley Johnson with a two-pointer. It is Sunday or Saturday? Grizzlies can hold for the last shot. They are up by 8. Spurs missing 2 starters. The Grizzlies missing John Morant. But, man, the Grizzlies always play as tough. And dang it, they played darn well last year without John Morant. Wide open for 3. Good. John Concher with the 3. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. And the Spurs down by 11. Oh, they just took a point off the board again. What are they doing on the scoreboard here? Wasn't that a 3? I was a 3. I think they're wrong. I'm keeping it like this. Good evening, sir, from the 6th. Thank you for stopping in. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you have a wonderful 2023. I hope you've been well. Now, I mentioned earlier, Spurs fans, I'd like to get this channel to 30 or 40,000 subscribers. I got to make 50 the goal. And I'll have to work harder and put more videos up. I'm going to have to do a lot more regular NBA content. But I'll tell you what. If the Spurs win the number 1 overall lottery pick and Victor Wembanyama's drafted by us, holy crap, me and other Spurs channels are just going to blow up. I am not giving her a Nets jersey. This is what she rocks right here, my friend. Black and silver. I'll show you the best, Johnson. No, I'm just kidding. Ha ha ha, immature. Penis joke. Cowboy X Factor, he was probably Sir from the AKA Sir Cardinal TV, who I always think about Sir Cardinal TV. I can't think of anybody else of the small sports community that I'm a part of that put as much time as he did. Not only did he stream every night basketball games, but a lot of nights he would do double headers. Man, that much respect. That I could never do it. My voice would be shot. I talk at my job a lot on the phone because you guys know I'm working the tax division. Between that and doing this and also being a singer, I don't want to destroy my voice. Now, granted, I don't put a lot of musical content on TSR Music lately because I've just been busy. But when I do sing, it's usually death metal, and that does do a number on your voice. So Scoot is chopped liver? Uh, Definitely not. I just think that if the Spurs were to get the number one overall pick and they took Scoot Henderson, you're going to see a lot of Spurs fans are just going to be very upset. I wouldn't be. I did a little bit of research on him, and he seems like he is legit. And the one knock I saw on him was that he can't shoot threes. And I think I read he's shooting around 45% or so from threes this year. I guess what it comes down to, and I might do a video on this in the future, is what would you rather have? Which combination? Victor Wembanyama and Trey Jones, or Jakob Poeltl and Scoot Henderson? That's tough. Which one is going to give you a better chance to make a playoff push some point in the future? Or maybe even next year? All good, Jared. All good. Giants and the offside should trade for DeAndre Hopkins so that Jones. I I would not mind that. Wow. NBA pass comes back to the game 20 seconds in. Spurs scored a bucket while we're gone, and they did take a point away from the Grizzlies. So it's 35 to 27. Spurs going fast break. Get it to Zach Collins. Collins with the layup. It's good, and the Spurs are down by 6. Yeah, Jesse, I know. I'd be happy with either of them. If we can get one of the top 2 picks in this season's draft, I'm very happy. Nice tough move by Xavier Tillman in the paint, throws it up, gets a nice kind roll, and it is 37 to 29. Spurs ball. Malachi Branham drives to the paint, kicks it out to Stanley Johnson. Johnson fouls. All right. I like Pirtle, but give me some Wemby. Okay. I mean, we're projected to pick. Are we the 4th worst team in the NBA right now? So projected to pick 4th. So if the Spurs can creep into the top 2, then that's a win-win. It is Spurs ball. Speaking of which, Trey Jones with the ball right now gets it off to Malachi Branham. Branham open for 3, takes the 3 and misses the 3. Branham been a little inconsistent this year, but he has been looking better, been running the point at times. His defense has gotten better throughout the season, so at least he's improving. Kennedy Chandler with the ball right now gets it into Jackson Jr. and Jr. with the shot. A little jumper in the paint's good. Grizzlies back up by 10. Good morning, aggressive. The team's going okay. I'm doing great personally. Trey Jones wide open for 3, takes the 3, and dude can't hit a 3 to save his life. Remember when Trey Jones started off the season shooting the 3 well? Boy, that's gone. Desmond Bane launches a quick 3 on the other end. It's now 42 to 29. Where is he? Sorry. I say Bane, I think Batman. Doug McDermott, quick 3-pointer. Whew, Doug got such a quick trigger. Pew! Fast release. Both teams 4 of 8 from 3 tonight. Interesting. Hello, Ricardo. Good evening. Jonathan, I want to see Blake Wesley get some time. That's a long 3 from the baseline, from the corner baseline area. I didn't see who shot that for the Grizz. Trey Jones going to take another 3. Oh, boy. Oogly. That's a drive. And speaking of ugly, Kennedy Chandler throws up a duck. No good. Spurs ball. Stanley Johnson gets up the court, gets it to Doug McDermott, slicing and dicing, gets the backdoor layup. That's a timeout by the Grizzlies. It is 42 to 34. If Hornets pick was unprotected, we would have maybe had to. Yeah. But no way, Jose, because that pick is protected and we're not getting it because the Hornets suck. Damn. Yeah, quick trigger, Pulls the trigger quickly. I saw Spurs make a trade and it was like they did. Okay. I don't think they're moving Jakob Poeltl. Doug is so fast with his release. No, I'm losing that. Did you know Jared Jackson Jr.'s dad was that played for the Spurs? Jared Jackson, yep. He was a former Spur. I was waiting for somebody to bring that up tonight. Way back in the day. The Spurs play next Monday at 5 o'clock. No, never mind. That's the Grizzlies versus Suns. Are the Spurs playing on ML King? I have that day off. We only have 27 thumbs up so far. Damn, that's low. If you guys can hit the thumbs up, let's go. Gosh, the goal's going to be only 50 tonight at this rate. But I appreciate those of you that have hit it. Oh, Spurs schedule. January 16th. Do the Spurs play on ML King Day? They do not. It's going to be a 3-day weekend, though, for me. I now have 13 paid holidays off. I don't do it all the time. Good evening, Brian. Thank you, Litterbox. It's great to be back. I think so too, Jesse. Hornets pick is unprotected next year. Oh, I didn't know that, Playmaker Guido. So we want him to suck next year too. Suck even more, like more. Dr. Saturn, I agree. And no, I think the asking price from what I've seen is around 2 first-round picks. I can't see a team trading 2 first-round picks for a 6-month rental. Stranger things have happened. Not even a 6-month rental. It'd be hope the other team's about to make the finals. It'd be a 5-month rental. Thank you, Spur of the Moment. Only you can hit the thumbs up. That's not true. I hit it too. I thumbs up my own videos when I remember to do so. I put my little 1 like on there. Maybe it'll recommend my own content. I know some of you asked me to bring back the TSR Discord. I never get on there. Some of you have actually mentioned bringing channel memberships back, and I said I'd bring them back in the new year. I haven't done that. I don't do this for money. I appreciate super chats, and I do enjoy the Google ad revenue, the Googles. But for me, I'd rather, like with TSR Gaming, I'd rather have 5 short videos get 1 million views than make any money off that channel. Just to, that's my goal. Not to make money on here. Because I'm not quitting my job. I have a state job with a pension and lifetime health insurance when I retire, so I'm not quitting my job. The only way I'd quit my job is if I had like 500 million subscribers, and that's not happening. Rudy Gobert trade was not good. That was a terrible trade. As Kennedy Chandler drives into paint, gets the layup, it's good, and it's back to a 10-point game. I did not like the Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns combination the minute they did that. I thought the Timberwolves gave up way too much. Pirtle in the paint, Pirtle with the little floater, and it is good. So both teams exchanging buckets right now. Way insane. Would they give up 4 first-round picks, Dr. Saturn? That's way too much. It's not like you're trading for a 26-year-old LeBron James or Larry Bird or Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson, elite players. Yes, you're getting the defensive player of the year, but I think that's he's 30 years old now? Wrong side of 30? No. That's a foul on the Spurs, by the way. We're going to have 2 free throws for the Grizzlies. Wow, Jonathan Jackson. Yeah, you're going back with some guys there. Right, Veronica? Wake up. They were off last night. They shouldn't be tired at all. First free throw is good for Xavier Tillman. I think the Grizzlies are going with a David Roddy hasn't played, I don't think. They going with a 3, 6, 9, about a 10 or 11 man rotation tonight. Second free throw. Good. 46-36. Yeah, right? Pirtle in the paint, drives, layup, rolls off the rim. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with San Antonio. Yeah, Splat is right. You can't try to redo the Twin Towers in this day and age. That's not going to work. And David Robinson, Tim Duncan greater than Cat, Rudy Gobert. Don McDermott, quick 3 on the baseline after the inbound pass, no good. Grizzlies get the ball up the court, and Kennedy Chandler will slow it down. 14 on the shot clock. Finally, pull-up jumper is good by Zaire Williams, a.k.a. Yellow Headband Guy. My clock not running? Why my clock not running? What happened? Dominique Wilkins was a fun player to watch in Atlanta. Stanley Johnson drives to the paint, gets it to Jakob. Jakob with the layup. I thought he was going to dunk that, but he just threw it in over the rim. 48-38, under 8 minutes to go. My clock's a little off. We'll get it fixed. Key is the clock is always in time with like the last minute. That's where I really am focused. Desmond Bane 1-on-1 with Doug McDermott, gets by him, throws up the layup, no good. We're going to have a foul, and we may be having a couple free throws. Details about the Hornets pick that we have. It's lottery protected in 2023, aka this year. Top 5 protected in 24, and in 25 it's unprotected. Judging by how bad the Hornets are, we'll get a top 5 pick in 2025. Arku3, good evening, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. It'll be Grizzlies ball up by 10. And I can't see who shot that for the Grizzlies. It was Jackson. Jaren Jackson Jr. with the miss. Spurs ball. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with San Antonio with 18 on the shot clock. I could Jonathan. I actually could see that. Manu Snobily, a Spurs legend. Yes, he is. I had a lot of fun in Texas in December. I don't know when I'm going back. I will go back at some point. Stanley Johnson with the ball again. Pass it across court to Trey Jones. Trey Jones, 10 on the shot clock. Drive in the paint. The runner. Good. And one. I don't know if the Spurs ideally want Sohan running the point. That was more out of necessity with so many injuries. Well, I mean, we lost 2 point guards this year. Start the season. Joshua Primo was waived. Blake Wesley gets hurt. So you go from 3 point guards down to 1. That's a tough adjustment for a lot of teams. And to the Spurs' credit, they've soldiered on. 3-point play is good. 48-41. We're about to be open 24-7 here. Is it 7-11? The Grizzlies are up by 7. Bane out 3-point guarded by Trey Jones. Will dish it off to Chandler. Chandler, after the pick and roll, stops. Step back 3. Nope. Throws it back to Bane. 2 on the shot clock. Bane going to drive. The runner is good. Good defense by the Spurs. Bane just wanted it more, if you will. Just wanted it. Bane with 9 points so far in the first half. Trey Jones gets into Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl posting up like it's 1954. Drives into the paint. Little underneath layup is no good. Sohan with the putback. He gets blocked. There may have been 2 blocks there for the Grizzlies. And it is Grizzlies ball, 50-41, 6.5 minutes to go. Jackson gets into the paint. Bit of a Euro step. Misses the shot. Foul by Poeltl. Going to line for 2. I mean, Playmaker Guido, a good example of having that happen. Being good and getting high picks. The Pelicans right now are going to get the Lakers' first round pick. However, the Lakers have been playing better. I think they're on like a 5-game winning streak. So they've been much, much better. Jackson's first free throw is no good. Yes, he does, Easy. That's been my biggest criticism since day one watching him on this channel is the soft Olay stuff he goes up with. Just throw it down, big man. I know he can dunk. We know he can dunk. We've all seen it. Granted, he's been hurt off him as of late, but you got to finish that play. You just can't go up with the soft stuff. Bing, do you feel in charge? Is that was there a response from the Batman movie in that, Veronica, that I'm not remembering? I'm trying to remember what Bane says in the movie. I'm drawing a blank on all his lines. Anyway, Spurs ball. Trey Jones starts to drive into the paint. Very difficult layup as he was getting by Steven Adams. Threw it up, back, up the glass, swish. Spurs just kind of hanging around, keeping this game between 8 and 10 points. Speaking of Steven Adams, he has the ball right now. Into the paint, throws it up and in. After a nice little give and go. Nice job by Aquaman. Let's go Spurs at 2-2. Good evening, Barry. Spurs ball right now. Jeremy Sohan out 3-point land. Drives into the paint, drops it off to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl in the paint, turn around, throws it back to Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy with the jumper, good. Alrighty, a little hot potato there. Yes, he got hurt doing a dunk. That's why I'm like, I don't know, maybe we don't want him dunking. I don't know. Pull-up jumper down the other end by Brooks, good. 55-45. Spurs are not playing any defense tonight. Jakob Poeltl. Over to Malachi Brandon. Brandon going to drive baseline, pull-up jumper. Good. No defense by either team at this point. Touche. How bad? I don't think Dennis Rodman's coming out of retirement. I think he's done. I'm going to go with Dennis Rodman staying retired. As I turn away, I think we just got a big 3. Yep. Down the other end, we're going to have a drive. Trey Jones with the floater misses. Going to get fouled. Going to line for 2. 2 shots! I think that was Bain with the 3-pointer down the other end. Dennis Rodman was a nut job when he was with the Spurs. Couldn't wait to see him go. Granted, David Robinson had his best offensive output the 2 years Rodman was here. He averaged, I think, 29.8 per game and then 27.6 the next year. But, yeah, they were not winning with Rodman. First free throw was good. Both free throws good. 58-49. 4.5 minutes to go. The first half. I didn't see the light until I was already mad, and then by then it was nothing to me but blinding. I suck at his voice. 2 more points for the Grizzlies. They've got 60 already. That jump shot, didn't see who shot it because I was pretending to be Bane. Malachi Branham, pull-up jumper in the paint. Good. Branham. Doing good tonight. Thank you, Kills. Rodman could be his father. Who the heck knows? Barry, one of my subscribers gave me a Vinny Del Negro autograph. Awesome. I remember Vinny back in the 90s. Tyus Jones with the jumper. Good. Spurs go fast break down the other. Jakob-Poeltl running the floor. The big man gets rewarded for his effort with the Thunder layup of floating. I don't know. And now an unforced turnover as Bain loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs ball down by 9. Boo Boos the Cat says Happy New Year and let Boo Boos know I'm wearing his Spurs hoodie for the game. Veronica, Uncle Man's been there all night. Yes, working title on the layup. I don't know. Jakob in the paint against. Rejected by Jaren Jackson Jr. But he got fouled. Looks like he's going to the line for 2. 2 shots. Best food I had in San Antonio? Gosh. I don't know. I really don't know. Problem is, I went to some restaurants I had never heard of before, and I don't remember their name at this point. So, even if that restaurant was, Jakob made the first free throw. If restaurant A was the best one, I don't know the name of it. So I could say, yeah, the restaurant downtown. Which one? I don't know. Poeltl's next free throw? Nope. Yeah, it's asking a lot to make too. 2 or 3 texts tonight? 1? Rod Strickland has one of the worst passes in San Antonio Spurs history, playmaker. I'll never forget that. Ever. Tyus Jones, long 3, showing his brother how it's done, and the Grizzlies are back up by 11. Yeah, you never want to go in soft, Greg. Malachi Branham loses the ball in the paint trying to make a pass. Instead, it didn't work. And a foul down the other end on Jakob-Poeltl. Plant-based fake beef jerky? I didn't like the real thing. I do eat some meat. I'm a pescatarian, so I do eat fish because I feel like I need to get a little more protein than just what plants are giving me. And I don't eat a ton of the plant stuff. I do a lot of Italian food as well. And trying to get in shape this year. I don't know if I told you guys. I haven't been live for a while, but I weighed myself on January 3rd? January 3rd, 210. It's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Now I'm 6'4", but I've always been more of a leaned out and toned type of athlete. And after a medical injury last year in May, it really just knocked me off course for the whole year. And I put a little weight on. I'm a little pudgier than I like to be. And I'm gonna get back in shape, no doubt. Re-sign Odell or trade for DeAndre Hopkins? I'd rather get Hopkins than bring Odell back. No thanks. I know DeAndre had the suspension this year, When he came back, I believe he played fairly well, whereas Beckham's had 2 torn ACLs, and he's already played for us and was a headache. I don't want that. Yeah, Fish is awesome. There's a Speaking of weird, there's like 3 walking turds out in the basketball court right now. I don't know what they're doing. It's like some kind of weird game for kids, and they gotta like dribble around the turd. And oh, it was an angry turd. All the turds look angry. Oh, there's a happy turd. Never mind. Happy turds with marshmallows on their heads. I don't know what that's supposed to be. D hop to the Bears. Bulls. Jordan. Wait, no, was it Ditka versus the entire New York Giants football team? Ditka and a landslide. Ditka versus God. Ditka and a close one. I don't know what I'm watching, Veronica. It was a timeout show, and I don't know what the heck those things are supposed to be. I don't know, they kind of looked like that, Barry. It looked like 3 walking turds to me. Call it like I see it. If that was supposed to be a turd, it was a brown shaped thing walking around. It ain't UPS, so I'm thinking it's poop. Poop. There is a Beavis and Butthead revival on Paramount Plus. I just finished it today. Yeah, it made me laugh. Guilty pleasure. Still like Beavis and Butthead. Watched the original show back in the 90s. Watched the revival one year, 2011. Just watched the new season this year, and I enjoyed it. Anyway, Steven Adams at the line for 2. It had legs. It had legs and eyes and an unhappy face. Steven Adams, first free throw. Nope. Nope. Not even. No. Not even close. 65, 54, 42, 43 to go in the second quarter, aka first half. To the Spurs fans in the chat, I will be doing a mid-season report card tomorrow. My first report card recap in some time. Tonight is game 41. Seems like the perfect time to talk about how the players have been playing. There's been some surprises and some disappointments. Both free throws are no good. That was not a California raisin. No, no way. Chat disconnected. What? I lost my chat. Did YouTube just crash? Oh, guess I'm back. The Packers are a disaster. I lost the chat actually disconnected for a while. I'm way ahead on the clock. I was looking at the chat. Josh Richardson at the line for 2. 2 shots. That's free throw's not worth 2 though. Jay Rich been a little inconsistent this year for the Spurs, but been very solid lately. Of course, you could say insert name here has been inconsistent for the Spurs this year. Yeah, it said chat's connected for me, so I couldn't see what was going on. Both teams are in a bonus as the refs are calling way too many fouls in the second quarter. That 3 is no good, and now another. Fouls on Zach Collins. Best Super Bowl? Brandon, go Spurs, go to you. No, it's Jared. It's not been a great game. As evidenced, we have a very low turnout tonight too, but that might be because of the college football game. What was I saying? Shoot. Oh, football. My favorite New York Giants Super Bowl is still Super Bowl 42, beating the 18-0 Patriots, who finished 18-1. I don't know. The Spurs they're only down by 9, but they feel I don't know. Josh Richardson drive the paint, gets the layup. Nice drive. I don't know, maybe a little flat. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm rusty from not streaming for 2 weeks. Could be that too. Quick 3-point pull up. Oof, nice shot. Santiago Dama with another three. He's got a couple tonight. Spurs ball down by 10 again. Zach Collins wide open for three. Going to take the three. Going to make the three. Told you guys you could shoot the three. That's going to be a tough game, Jared. Power went out and the game got to. That was the Ravens and the 49ers a few years back. Steven Adams into the paint, throws up the layup. Good. There's no defense in this game. They have 70 points. Most boring Super Bowl. Tampa Bay and no, St. Louis and the Patriots. Wasn't that like 12-3? Malachi Brandon for three, no good. The Super Bowl was like 12-3 or 15-3 or whatever. The Rams and Patriots was abysmal to watch. And we're gonna have a foul down the other end. More free throws coming up. I mean, that's how good playmaker. I'll tell you my favorite Super Bowl. Favorite Super Bowl to watch. If that's your favorite Super Bowl moment, I mean, it was 16-3. That game was oh borderline unwatchable. No, it was unwatchable. The Rams never felt like they were in it. Yeah, I hated that game. Hated that game. Dylan Brooks at the line for two, looking to get the Grizzlies back up by double digits. First free throw is good, as it's just been one free throw after another here in the second quarter. I'm sorry, Veronica. All the free throws are just sucking the life out of me. Brady had the second most passing yards this year. I didn't realize he was that high up on the list. And he's never lost to the Cowboys. Second free throw's good. Wow. I'd be a little worried as a Cowboys fan. You never know in the playoffs, though. Jeremy Sohan with the ball drives into the paint. Pull up jumper is no good. Nice move, couldn't finish. Spurs get the ball back. Under a minute to go. 10 on the shot clock for San Antonio. Josh Richardson, he's going to drive in the paint and then throws the ball away. I think he thought Jakob was going one way. Jakob went the other, and that's turnover for the San Antonio Spurs. Tyus Jones, he turns the ball over now. And now Jeremy Sohan loses the handle on the ball, and it's right back to the Grizzlies, 20 on the shot clock. So a lot of hot potato to end the first quarter. Not what you're looking for as an NBA fan. Watch two teams just fumble the ball back and forth. 10 on the shot clock. Yeah, Jared, you're right. Travel. No, carry. Wow, a carry. Call a carry. Spurs ball. Two more NFL teams. I don't want to see a team in London. I know there's talk of that. The travel just. Oh, man. I'm in Connecticut. We don't have a team. I wouldn't mind seeing Connecticut a team. Josh Richardson with the ball. Jay Rich, crossover into the paint. Stops, pops. Off the front rim, no good. And that is going to do it. For the first half, the Spurs are down by 11. San Antonio get a football team? No. Texas does not need another team. You already have two. Do not need a third one. Unless there's a third one I'm missing. Texans, Cowboys. That's it, right? They're almost never called, Jared. I was surprised when they said I heard Carey on the TV. Lions could be pretty solid next year. They knocked Green Bay out in the playoffs. All right, let's pull up some halftime statistics for our San Antonio Spurs. Little NBA. Paul Pierce, I'm sorry, video to ESPN comes up on my thing. Must be something political, so we don't want to touch it on this channel. Hopefully, yeah, that's all I can think of. Did something he shouldn't have or gave an opinion. Anyway, let's talk about the Grizzlies first. Dylan Brooks with 7, Jared Jackson with 6, Steven Adams with 8, Desmond Bain with 12, Tyus Jones with 12, Santi Aldama with 9, John Concherf with 3, Kennedy Chandler 2, Xavier Tillman with 6, and Zaire Williams with 7. They're going with a 10-man rotation tonight. Who's the one guy that hasn't played that I still have listed on my roster? Jake Loveria hasn't played. I'll take him off. All right, roster updated. Go ahead and save that since this might be the same unit we see on Wednesday night for our San Antonio Spurs. KBDDDD with 2 points, no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no blocks. Wow. I mentioned he hasn't been playing well as of late. He's contributed a bucket. That's it. Nothing. Jeremy Sohan having a rough shooting night. 2 of 7 from the field. He's got 5 points. He also has 3 turnovers. Like a rumba. Jakob Pertl with 9 points. Romeo Langford with 4. Trey Jones with 9 and 5 assists. He has only 3 of 9 from the field, though. Off the bench, we got a 5-man rotation. Jay Rich with 7. Malachi Branham with 9 to lead all bench scorers. Doug McDermott with 7. Zach Collins with 7. And Stanley Johnson with 2. So pretty darn good production out of the bench. That's 21, 32 points off. The bench has actually outscored the starting lineup. That's 32 points from our 5 bench players. The starting lineup means they have scored 29, I assume. Let me double check that math. 7, 16, 20, 29. The bench has outscored the starters. Little MJ, by the way, and speaking of weird, there's like little kids playing basketball. To Michael Jackson. And you don't stop. And you get enough. All right, well, we're just going to chill at halftime here. Mike Tomlin with no Big Ben finishes again with a 500 above this season. The streak, wow. They did finish 500 above? I didn't realize that. This basketball is not the best. I mean, the kids look like they're having fun. Lots of turnovers. Lots of turnovers. I think a couple of these kids look tired already. Another turnover. It's like watching the Spurs play. Yes, it is. Ginobili! I don't think there's any way in heck these kids can shoot a three-pointer. They look like they're, what 6 years old? They're not going to have the arm strength. Number 5 here, traveling. He's traveling! These guys taking like 8 steps with the ball. Call the whistle, you stupid ref! Don't teach these kids bad habits. That's a miss by number 12, and it is other little kid's ball. This guy going a fast break, sprints up the court, throws it up, and he blew it. Now a steal by Ponytail Girl. She's got a fast break, throws it up, and doesn't get the shot. So LeBron James. So are you watching this halftime show? Number 2 with the ball for the kids in black uniforms. It says something on their chat. Grizzlies. They're all wearing Grizzlies uniforms. That's weird. I thought one of the teams would be wearing. Well, it's not the home team, so whatever. 2.5 minutes to go in this Z League Contest of Champions. And now a steal and a fast break again. Number 1 leading the court, or leading the charge. Drives, travels, picks up his dribble, travels again. Throws it up and off the rim, no good. Little bit of a carry there. No referees in this. No whistles apparently in this game. Number 5 picks up his dribble and then starts to dribble again. DeJounte Murray, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. And now you see he picked up he keeps picking up his dribble and stopping and going again. You can't do that, dummy. Tell these kids to play right. Pop, go yell at those kids. Ball goes out of bounds. They just push it right back in like it ain't nothing. There's no rules in this game. The refs, maybe the refs You need these refs in the NBA. Ponytail girl with a jumper in the paint. She traveled and it goes up and in. We got a bucket. It's like 2-0. Yes, they are all doing their James Harden impersonation. Number 5 with the ball. Starts to drive. Takes about 6 steps, 6 NBA steps. Starts dribbling again. Picks up his dribbling in. Throws it at the rim. Not good. Chunky kid with the follow-up. It's good! Chunky kid! I don't know. Sorry. Big boned kid. I gotta be careful what I say here in 2023. Husky kid. I think it's 2-2. I don't know. There's no scoreboard. There's 30 seconds left. Number 5, the traveling man. He was born a traveling man. And now Ponytail girl with the steal, running the fast break. Ponytail glasses girl sprinting up the court, falling, rumbling, stumbling, fumbling, gets the ball back. Out of 3-point land. Passes it to nowhere, and it's the other team's ball. Clock is running. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. Number 12 can't. Tim Duncan, nothing. No, Duncan's 21. Sorry. Reverse Tim Duncan. Can't get it at the end. And the winner is the viewers. The kids had fun. That's all that matters. Veronica, she was playing pretty darn well. They're interviewing her right now. She's taller than a lot of the boys, but girls have an advantage around this age where before we have puberty, girls I think are generally taller than boys. And then, as soon as we hit like 13, 14, 15, it reverses. But good for her. Use that height advantage. Those kids played better than the Spurs. I don't know. Greg, I try to describe people. I mean, I could have thought of a better nickname. But you know what? I grew up in the 80s, which were not politically correct, and I got religiously made fun of. I'm not saying go out and make fun of people, but I think we could all lighten up a little bit. Sanchez, I think that season-long slump is going to hurt his all-star chances. I mean, I want to pull that up. Yeah, he did play Guido. Man, Russell Wilson sucked in Denver. I want to pull up that slump that Keldon Johnson had and see just how bad it was. Not sitting here to berate Keldon or make fun of him, but man, that was for a starter and leading scorer on a basketball team. That's got to be one of the worst slumps I've ever seen in my life. Definitely one of the worst by a San Antonio Spur. So when did he really start falling apart? When did the wheels fall off? Yada did not play on November 17th. And the Spurs were on a 2-game losing streak at that point. They lost to the Warriors and then Portland. And then I think that's when it really, he had there it is. It wasn't a month long. It was actually a 7-game streak. Felt like a month. November 19th to December 2nd. So it was a 2-week streak where Keldon played in 7 games, averaged 31 minutes a game, shot 28% from the field, 19% from beyond the arc, and he was averaging 20 shots a game and averaging 8 3-pointers a game. And he was shooting 19% from beyond the arc. Yeah. He was shooting 61% from the free throw line, 5.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and averaged 14.7 points per game. He was just, you look at those 7 games, some of the games he had, 4 of 20, 2 of 9 versus the Pelicans, in which he got benched and only played 16 minutes, 6 of 23, 5 of 22, 7 of 23. And then you look at some of his three-point shooting, 1 of 5, 1 for 10, 0 for 4, 1 for 8, 1 for 8 again, 4 for 13. It was rough, man. Being a Keldon fan and a Spurs fan and just watching him oh my goodness. been better. Like, yeah, he's been much better. I mean, he's been really good his last 5 games. Now, granted, there's an injury in here, so it's going to cut his minutes a little bit. The last, whoops, I got to X out something. I'm on Basketball Reference right now, where you can isolate stats and certain points in the season. But Kellen really, maybe right around the last, I'll say, the last 7 games. We'll go with same sample size has been much better. Actually, let's go to the 6 before the game against Detroit because he only played 12 minutes due to injury. So let's throw that game out. But if the 6 games before that, he played 32 minutes a game, shot about 51% from the field, 40% from beyond the arc, 85% beyond the line, while averaging just under 25 points per game. That's the Keldon Johnson that can make an all-star team when he's shooting well, shooting it from everywhere, from the field or from 2-point range, 3-point range, hitting his free throws, averaging around 25. That's all-star Keldon Johnson. However, when you have some of those really bad games and then that really horrible slump sprinkled in this year, I think that's going to keep him out of the all-star game. He's only shooting 42% for the year for the field, 35 from three-point land, averaging 21 points per game. I just don't think he's not going to make it by votes because the all-star game is a popularity contest, and the Spurs they're not up there for popularity right now. Crunchy Bar is arguing me. Hey, Rich. Oh, I already read that. TCU sucks. Good evening, Gooseby. Why is it a blowout? Is the college football game just like a disaster? Absolute blowout city? What's going on there? His team that makes. Yeah, Sauce Gardner's been really good. I was critical of that pick, but man, he's that proved it. The Jets drafted really well. They may have had the best draft, right? Did they have a couple first round picks that have panned out pretty well? Yeah, me too, aggressive. I give up on all All-Star games. The baseball All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game, the Pro Bowl. It don't mean anything. There's no defense in the NBA All-Star game whatsoever until like the last 2 minutes. It's just, go ahead and just walk up the paint and go ahead and dunk. We'll be right here watching. Have fun. Nah, no thanks. When there were like legit rivalries, and I don't really think there are right now, like between and just rivalries in general. Or when players had to play with each other that didn't even like each other, like Jordan with Reggie Miller and insert any Knicks player here. I thought that made it kind of interesting. Walker to yes, we do, Veronica. I haven't done that all night. You guys ready? You ready for it? Wait for it. Wake up, San Antonio. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Some people are saying that in the chat. He's going to pull a Brett Favre. I don't know. How would he get out of his contract? Can he break his contract by retiring? I don't think if he unretires, he's got to go back to the pack. I don't know. I don't know how that works with retirement. Yes, Chuck Norris, Jake from State Farm. Hey, ¿cómo está mi hombre? Carlos Jeter. The Spurs are down by 11. And man, that second quarter sucked the life out of me, sucked the life out of a lot of people watching. It was free throw after free throw. Blah, blah, blah. Bored the heck out of me. So I'm just going to sleep the rest of the game. You play it by play. You're done by him. I'm just going to hide right here. All right, he's good to go. All right, third quarter on the way. Trade slug McDormand. Oh, boy. Poor Dougie getting no love. Romeo Langford with the ball gets it to KBD to DDD. KBD with the jumper off the glass. It's good. All right, KBD. King and the Goat, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Spurs down by 9 as the game is second half, is just underway. And that's a miss to start off the first possession for the Grizzlies. I didn't see who shot that. Anyway, Spurs ball. Jakob Pearl gets it to Trey Jones. Trey Jones in the paint. Back to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan drives baseline, throws it up, and misses the layup. Man, Sohan doesn't have much luck with those shots falling in, even when it is a good shot. They're just not going in for him at all. That'll change, I think, next season. Tyus Jones, pull-up jumper, no good. Trey Jones, his brother, with the rebound. Acapulco with the ball out by the free throw line. 14 on the shot clock. Passes it to a wide open Jeremy Sohan for three. Nope. Multiple first, couple second. Oh, really? Is that a rumor playmaker? Rogers has a series wants to go, and I thought it'd be the Jets either. Steven Adams misses in the paint. Jared Jackson Jr. with the putback, and it is back to an 11-point game. Where do you guys think Rogers would want to go? Who's a contender that needs a quarterback? The Titans? Are they still relevant? Yeah, still have Derrick Henry. Still top, what, 3, 5 running back in the NFL? Romeo Langford with the ball drives in the paint, stops, pops, gets the shot, and one. Sorry. Romeo Langford with the shot. Did I say Romeo Langford? Wow, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Zach Wilson really that big of a bust? Maybe. You think the Jets are ready to win? The Raiders. Langford free throw good. 8-point game. Spurs just hanging around. I think he will too, Gooseby Gooseby. If he doesn't just flat out retire, you never know. He might just say, you know what, enough's enough. Bain with the miss, and Steven Adams takes a hard fall, now holding his ankle. I just heard Jeremy Sohan with the foul. Yeah, they did Gooseby. Not a good way to end the season for Green Bay. I mean, I know Rodgers has a huge contract remaining with Green Bay, but he just came off one of his worst years in like forever. His lowest, I think, passer rating, one of his lowest passer ratings ever, I think I read. And the team's not really going to be that much better next season, barring something weird happening. Bain off balance jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't know if they're ready to transition yet, but at some point you got to move on and just fully commit to the rebuild. We did. We traded away Derek White and DeJounte Murray. As far as the NBA goes. Tyus Jones jumper in the paint off the back rim, no good. Tap out rebound to the Grizzlies. Bain with the three-pointer, no good. Jakob finally gets the ball for the Spurs. Trey Jones will bring it up, gets it to Sohan. Sohan in the paint, nice move. Gets rejected by Jaren Jackson Jr., who I think has now like 4 blocks, maybe 5 on the game. Back down the other end, Jackson gets the layup to finish it what he started. 76-66, Spurs down by 10. KBD for 3. KBD all of a sudden coming to life as the San Antonio Spurs just 69 the Memphis Grizzlies. No, Bendita Bendisor, I don't. And I just missed a 3 down the other end by the Grizzlies. Dang, that was a quick 3. I don't think Jakob Poeltl's going to Golden State. Highly doubt it. Poeltl drives in the paint, gets the layup good. They could use him. Golden State's been struggling this year. I did not hear that, Carlos. Veronica, I wish Kelvin, Ja, and Devin were all playing tonight. Tyus Jones, off balance jumper off the glass, good. And you know what? We're just kind of staying around this 10-point range. If the Spurs just keep hanging around here, they're going to end up losing by 10. KBD into the paint, throws it up, air ball. May have been partially blocked. Still Spurs ball, 7 on the shot clock. KBD now with the follow-up 3. Tyus Jones fast break is good. KBD airballed that 3 as well. That was a back-to-back airball sequence for Keita Bates-Diop. Back-to-back airballs? When's that happen in the NBA? Hey, big time breakdown. Bobby, man, I almost texted you. I'll just tell you in here. I think you're enjoying your time off quite a bit off of YouTube. I get it, man. At some point, life or streaming or content, and I struggle with that on a regular basis. Like, do I want to do this or do I want to do the YouTubes? It's getting harder, especially as I'm getting older. I'm 45. I'm a little older than you, but being a homeowner, and I have so many hobbies besides just sports. I'm an avid comic book collector. I'm a musician. Magic the Gathering. sports cars, working out, actually playing sports like basketball or cycling, and the list goes on. And there's just not enough time in the day. I'm actually saying that to myself now. I'm like, there's not enough time in the day for me to do everything I want to do. Well, Phil, that's a good reason not to trade with the Warriors either. Yes, Carlos, KBD with the air, bang, bang, the bing, ding, ding, the dung, 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 the dee, bee, 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 bee. Bandit Sora, I think Vassell might be out for the rest of the season, if not the majority of it. It's not a tank. People will say it is. This team fought hard Saturday night against the Boston Celtics and just barely lost. It's just a lack of talent. A lack of talent. I do see the guys going out there trying and growing, which is really has become my focus for the rest of the season. Now that we're pretty much halfway in, I've accepted the Spurs are going to be a bottom five team in the NBA, especially with injuries to one starter who's been in and out of the lineup all year in Devin Vassell. A lot of our guys have been in and out of the lineup here and there. Kellen Johnson being out now too. I mean, I could look at the score and be like, yeah, they're hanging in there, but it doesn't really feel like we're in it because we can't get over that 10-point hump. Did I just do a Grease thing like the movie? I didn't realize I did that. I mean, I know what I did. I didn't realize it was reference to Grease. I don't know. Spur of the moment. I mean, if it was James Wiseman, Patrick Baldwin, and a first round pick, would you be open to that? Two reclamation projects. I mean, Stanley Johnson. Look at Stanley Johnson's career before becoming to the Spurs. He was terrible, terrible, and he's been pretty good with us. Could the Spurs maybe turn one of those guys I just mentioned into something plus a first round pick? Would you be open to that? I at least would listen to the call. I might not say yes, but I would definitely be receptive to listening to what they had to offer. Trey Jones had a chance for a three, hesitated. Now he does take the three, and he makes the one contested. Can't make the ones where he's wide open, but where somebody's in his face. Today suck. Oh man, I'm sorry that dude. I'm sorry, Bobby. Hopefully, fall the high rise. I gotta assume that didn't end well, so I'm sorry to hear that. That can't be good. Oh, we go to get I forgot about that song. Favorite name? AO and K. Yeah, AO's fun. AO for Chicago Bulls. Fun yell. KB D D D D D D D D. Also fun one as a Spurs fan. Oh, that was a 2 and 1. Sorry, I'm just messing around with the chat. And Spurs can't get over this 10-point swing. Trey Jones with the runner good. I mean, they get it to 9. They get it to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's between 8 and 12. It is Grizzlies ball. Pull up jumper is no good. I think that's Bane with another jumper. Jakob with the rebound. Yeah, I thought, Bobby, I didn't want to say it. When you said fall off a high rise, I'm like, KBD with a three. I got a timeout. KBD an enigma in himself. A couple air balls and now a three. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry. I thought when you said high rise, 300 feet. Wow. I hope he didn't feel anything. Yeah. Rest in peace to him. Give us all the Warriors young guys that are on rookie deals and a pick, and they can have Jakob and Doug. If we can get one of the top two picks, that will really turn the franchise around. Mr. Z, good evening. All right, Bobby, my phone's off right now. I turn it off during games, but we'll talk this week. We need to meet at some point too. We keep talking about making that happen. We're 90 minutes away. If we met halfway, that's only 45 each for us. Even if we wanted to do something like that, meet up and watch the next Spurs and Celtics game, if that's televised somewhere, or a UFC thing, or just something. I'd really like to meet you in person. I've been talking to you on this medium for 4 years and still haven't met you. What's up, AJ? No worries. It's been good to be back live. It's been a small crowd tonight, but I want to thank you all that came here tonight. there is the big college football game, and just the Spurs not being good, and not to mention all the starters are out for both teams. Well, not all the starters, but some major starters are out. No, they're not doing that trade. You're right, Jesse. The Warriors have cap issues. Jakob's going to bring what 9.5 million. So if anything, it would be a young guy, somebody on a contract, and a first. So first round pick James Wiseman and insert rando guy here that makes 10 million a year. 85. Well, you know, I've been saying throughout the third quarter, Spurs can't get over that 10-point swing. Down by 6 now. So who knows? Maybe this person can get back into this. Spurs were to keep Pirtle and end up getting Wembanyama. Are they compatible to play together on the court at the same time? I can't see them starting both. Some people have said yes, it would work. I don't know enough about Victor Wembanyama. Ideally, he would be the center, but I suppose they could start Pirtle at center and have a 7'3" power forward. But then what do you do with Jeremy Sohan? Are you moving Sohan to small forward and then Keldon Johnson to shooting guard? Now what happens to Devin Vassell? Is Devin Vassell your point? I mean, who from the starting lineup gets pulled in that scenario? That one I can't answer. Jared, are you okay? What's going on here? You're typing a whole bunch of gibberish in the chat. Tyus Jones misses in the paint. Steven Adams with the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Adams will kick the ball out to Dylan Brooks. Brooks pull up jumper. Good. I believe it, Bobby. I believe it, man. Been there, done that. That's a quick bucket for the Spurs. I was looking away talking to you. It is Grizzlies ball. 6-point game. 6 minutes to go. Okay, Jared, I thought you were having a seizure or something, man. I was like, are you seriously? What's going on? You're like, or did you get really drunk during halftime? Good evening, Gabriel. 87-81 Spurs chipping away at the lead. Slowly but surely getting back into the game. The game! Which game? Well, this one. A boop! Boop! All right. That pull-up jumper is no good as I looked away again. Why do they keep shooting like for 1 second I look away? All right, focus on the TV. Grizzlies ball. Fadeaway jumper is no good by Dylan Brooks. It is Spurs ball. Malachi Branham will bring it up for San Antonio. Over to Trey Jones. Jones pick and roll with Jakob Poeltl. Gets into the paint. The little runner is a total brick, and we're going to have a foul in the paint on the Grizzlies. Ow. My neck is still sore. I went to a comic book store Saturday morning, and they had 50 to 70% off everything. And I was in there 4 hours, and for the 4 hours, I was looking down inside long boxes of comics. I ended up spending 146 bucks, but the sticker price when I came home was like 385-ish. So I bought a lot of stuff. 5.5 minutes to go. Spurs ball. Malachi Branham pick and roll with Jakob Poeltl. Back to Stanley Johnson. Johnson will get over to Jay Rich, who's checking in for the Spurs. 4 on the shot clock. Jay Rich with a mile-long 3. That's an air ball. Not the shot we're looking for. Yes, for the moment. I can't see them both being on the floor. If anything, if they draft Victor Wembanyama, Jakob Poeltl would be a free agent at that point, and they would not resign him. And he would not sign to be a backup. Turnover by the Spurs. Grizzlies on a fast break. And a bit of a Euro step and a layup by Santi Aldama, who's been playing against the Spurs very well tonight. Under 5 minutes to go. Spurs back down by 8. Trey Jones out in three-point land. Briefly had a three-point shot there. Drives into the paint instead. Loses the ball. That's turnover. Another turnover for the San Antonio Spurs. That's probably the line I like to say the least on this channel is another turnover by the Spurs. Hey, Kills. I hope you're right. We ain't putting anything right now. Hello, hot girl that I just saw looking down on her phone. Me too, Jared. And the Red Sox and the Patriots. Tyus Jones, runner in the paint, good. Tyus Jones with 18 points tonight. His brother Trey Jones now with the ball, passes across court to Malachi Branham. Branham drives in the paint, back over to Trey Jones. Trey will drop it off to Zach Collins, back to Trey. Trey back to Collins again. Collins in the paint, throws it up, looks for the whistle, no good. It's not. It just realized it's back to 10 points, 91-81. Xavier Tillman drives in the paint, throws it up, no good, gets fouled, going in the line to 2. Smoke him, got him. The Celtics do have some good players on their team, Jared. They do. I actually really don't have a problem with the Celtics. For New England sports teams, I dislike a whole ton the New England Patriots and Boston Red Sox. Red Sox can suck it. First free throw is good by Xavier Tillman. 4 minutes to go. Doug McDermott checking in for the San Antonio Spurs. Trey Jones goes to the bench. So who's running the point now? Brandon? Gotta be. Second free throw is good. I hate the Red Sox more. Nice to Carlos. You love everybody. You're like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love all of you in the NBA. Stanley Johnson drives in the paint, throws it up, and difficult shot, no good. Zach Collins, the offensive board, kicks it out to Malachi Branham for 3. Good! Malachi having a fantastic game off the bench for the Spurs. 93-84, 3.5 minutes to go. Branham has looked so much better in the last few weeks, and really that 3-level scoring is coming around. That runner is no good by yellow headband guy. Still Grizzlies ball, 10 on the shot clock. And now a turnover. Zach Collins with the steal. Spurs on a fast break. Jay Rich will bring it up for the Spurs. Into the paint. Layup. Good. 7-point game. Jared, are you really asking that in the Spurs chat? Tyus Jones. Brick City on the 3-pointer. Spurs ball. Jared, wrong chat. Or the right chat. Josh Richardson for 3 again. No good. Grizzlies get the ball down quick. And now a block by Zach Collins and a foul on Xavier Tillman. Kings are better than expected. Yeah, good at 2K. Blake West. I just don't know when Blake Willie's going to play again. I thought for sure he'd already be back in rotation, especially with the Spurs only having one point guard on the roster in Trey Jones, an active point guard, and he's just not getting any playing time. They've been running Malachi at the point. 2 free throws. First free throw is no good by Xavier Tillman. F every other team except the Spurs. Well, Carlos, I was talking to the chat earlier, and I guess I'll bring it up again. For the NBA shorts, I have a whole bunch planned coming up. I just got to find the time to work on them, but I'll be doing more on the NBA thing. But I think you're talking about the TSR gaming shorts. I have like 15 clips already ready. I just have to produce them, but I was thought about doing voiceovers for them, and I don't know if this would be cheesy to do it. Josh Richardson won another air ball. Zach Collins with the putback. But I want to react to the clips just like I did when I recorded them. So it would be a voiceover essentially. I wouldn't be faking. I would just be doing exactly what I did during the game. It's just I don't have a way to capture that live audio. So I don't know if that would be cheating. But then I also realized, you know what? A lot of those reaction channels are fake. They are. Tillman with the jumper in the paint, no good. Spurs ball at 2 minutes to go. And we have a whistle. Like all these music channels, oh, I've never heard Metallica's Enter Sandman before. Let me react to it. Seriously? In 30 years, you never heard that at a sporting event or on TV or, it's like any classic song. I never heard the song from Ghost reacted to it. I'm like, I think a lot of those music reactions are heavily staged. I'm sure some are legit, I do believe a lot of them are legit, but a lot of them too, when they take a song that's been played on the radio 800 million times, unless you've been living under a rock and have never watched a movie before or TV, you've probably heard the song somewhere. I don't know why I just went off a tangent there. Doug McDermott, quick three, no good. And it's going to be Grizzlies ball. I have high hopes for Blake Leslie too. I do. Zaire Williams for three, no good. I don't play 2K23. Don't have it, Mr. Z. I have ball goes out of bounds. Spurs lose the ball. It's going to be Grizzlies ball. What I'm playing right now for free to play games, Rogue Company is my go to. I know it doesn't have the biggest fan base, but I do enjoy the game. I have 6 other friends that play it now. For pay games, I have Xbox Live Game Pass, and I've been playing. I'm trying to think what I'm playing right now. Oh, that's a long three. That's an air ball by Kennedy Chandler. A lot of air balls in this game. A lot of balls just getting air. What am I playing? I just started the Outer Worlds. That's a lot of fun. Finally started Halo Infinite with some friends. So that's been very enjoyable. Branham gets it in, throws it over Sohan. He had Sohan under the rim. Tried to thread it over the defense. A little too much thread, not enough needle. Oh, they're saying it was touched by a Grizzly. It's going to be Spurs ball. I've bought some games. Dying Light, Definitive Edition. I've been playing that. I really enjoy that. Me and my buddy Bri have been playing the much maligned Wolfenstein game with the 2 girls. I forgot the name of it. And Young Blood, maybe? Stanley Johnson for three. It's a 3-point game, Spurs fans. Just talking about video games motivated the team. 94-91, Spurs. Very much in this game. Oh, boy. Zaire Williams for three, a.k.a. headband guy. Josh Richardson, they looking for 2 for 1. We're not going to get it. Stanley Johnson now with the ball. Take your time. You don't have to rush this. And now a trip. Johnson goes down. We got it down, Johnson. We might have 2 free throws coming up. Not sure. 22 seconds to go, and is this a shooting foul or not? It's a shooting foul. Stanley Johnson at the line for 2. 2 shots. I used to play Apex. I'm just not a fan of Battle Royale, so I quit. Where'd my point go? There we go. First free throw is good. Whoa, Jared. I don't know about that. The best Johnson is down. We got a Johnson. This Johnson takes the shot, and the free throw rolled off the darn rim. No rim job there. Oh, sure you did that. That was accidental, Jared. I recently just beat the Day of the Tentacles, I think it's called, the point and click game. That was kind of funny. Now I'm working on Full Throttle. That's been enjoyable. Drive, miss, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. Spurs are only down by 5. Because Stanley Johnson, spur of the moment, was terrible everywhere else he was. At least offensively. I wanted to pull up his stats at one point, but we've had the game going on. But when I throw his his lifetime stats your way, you're gonna see why he hasn't been given too much of a shake. Hey, we're almost at 50 thumbs up. Can we get one more to at least get 50? The goal used to be 200, then 150, 100. Now the goal is 50 thumbs up. How the mighty have fallen. How the Spurs have fallen. Stanley Johnson has been in the NBA since 2015 and 16. He's 19 years old. And he's playing well at the Spurs this year. In 13 games, he's shooting 60% from the field, 50% from beyond the arc. But if you take away this year and last year with the Lakers, actually, he was okay with the Lakers. He shot about 47% from the field. Not so hot, 31% from three-point. I'm guessing his defense was decent since he's been a pretty solid defensive player for us. But prior to that, His first 6 years in the NBA, check this out. 38% from the field. This is in 371 games, granted only about 20 minutes a game, but 38% from the field, just under 30% from beyond the arc, and 6.2 points per game. Just wasn't giving teams anything offensively at all. You can't keep shooting under 40% from the field and under 30% from beyond the arc and hope to maintain an NBA career. It's just not plausible. But this year, he's been pretty good. By the way, they're playing Enter Sandman right now. I mentioned a little earlier, people that do reactions. I've never heard Enter Sandman before. How? Nice. Get him, Veronica. Get him. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you saying I'm the best YouTuber ever. I think I bring something different to the YouTubes, but I didn't get on here late. I just didn't do it right initially. For those of you that don't know, and you guys probably know by now, a lot of you are my regulars. I've been on YouTube since December of 2006. My original channel, Whack Bag Films, which is an independent film channel, ran from 2006 to 2018. Man, I don't know what the heck I was doing. I was tagging stuff. I was just totally mismanaged. I was just uploading videos, just hoping, just hoping somebody would watch it. And for like over a decade, I only had 16 subscribers. It was a struggle. So I got onto YouTube early. I definitely got onto YouTube early. I just wasn't doing content that anybody was interested in whatsoever. So had I done, content people were more interested in, it was gaming videos, which of course I would have been way ahead of the curve then. But just, anything that I would have been, a lot of the content creators that are huge are because they were here before everybody else. And so they already have the following. I am old, Jared. I'm very old. Wow, really? I would not have guessed that playing Ego. Not at all. Gosh, it is 17 years ago, Jared. Damn. Stanley Johnson for 3, the man we're talking about. In and out, burger and in and out. Dang it. Brown made it a 2-point. Now a steal by Jay Rich. Spurs got numbers. Romeo for 3. Good! Thanks, Carlos. Jared, I got confused. From all the concussions I've had, leave me alone. I have had a couple concussions in my life. Jaren Jackson in the paint. Layup is no good as it bounces off the rim a couple times, but he is going to go to the line for 2, and they just changed that to a 2-pointer for Jay Rich. I'm sorry, not Jay Rich. Langford's foot's clearly on the line. That's 2-pointer. I know. Take that as a compliment, because Carlos is one of my, a loyal subscriber like yourself. So it's not like I called you Peter Poontang, man. I got nothing. Oh, Romeo, we're up for the Romeo. Second free throw is good. It's a 4-point game, though. The Spurs been hanging around all night. Grizzlies got to be careful. They keep just letting our Spurs linger like this. You might find themselves on the wrong side of the win-loss column. Dougie McBuckets, get it out to Stanley Johnson. Johnson, back to Jay Rich for 3. Good! We got a 1-point game. Wow, 1-point game. Spurs on the verge of taking the lead. Jaren Jackson gets double teamed, loses the ball. Spurs on another fast break. Jay Rich into the paint. Layup is good. Spurs take the lead. Timeout, Grizzlies. And this is what I want to see from our Spurs, is fighting. Win or lose. Keep on fighting. Make them interesting. We got a 1-point lead. Sandals and candles. Sandals and candles, Veronica. Well, that deserves certainly taking the lead. Go Spurs, go! If you ain't down with that, Chuck Norris. Psh, 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 psh. Right, Selena? So cute. Yeah, Romeo's been a pleasant surprise this year, Toby, especially over the last 3 weeks, roughly. I'll admit, I was a doubter because the guy couldn't stay healthy. He was made out of glass, and all of a sudden, he's been such a pleasant surprise. And then Stanley Johnson, when we signed him, I was like, I don't want to see that Johnson on the court. And that Johnson's been contributing in a much bigger way. Um, it's a better Johnson than I could ever imagine, and I'm fine with more Johnson on my TV on a regular basis. If I have to see more Johnson for the Spurs to win, I'm stop. What's up, Ron? You may have come in at a weird time in the stream. That's what I'm saying, Frankie. Andrew, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good, dude. And in prime time and in the playoffs, Kirk Cousins, Jerk Cousins, as they used to call him when he was with the Washington Redskins way back in the day. Yeah, he just chokes in the big game. Grizzlies play the Spurs again this Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'll be live as well. I'm going to try to do 2 live streams a week. And for the Spurs fans in the chat, once again, tomorrow will be my mid-season report card. Very excited to do that. I want to try to have it up around noon. I'm going to try to shoot the video on my break, have everything to go before I shoot the video, and then hopefully don't make any mistakes and can do one take. And I expect it to be about a 15-minute long video, so it literally will take my whole break. Who do I see getting traded? Dougie or Jay Rich, and maybe Jakob. Maybe one of those, maybe all of them, maybe none of them. Oh, well, welcome, Ron. Thank you for stopping in. I occasionally make jokes and there's a little bit of innuendo, but have a lot of fun. I'm a Spurs fan. This is also primarily an NBA channel where I'm starting to do NBA short videos, 1 to 2 a week. Just maybe some moments that caught my eye in the NBA that were memorable to me, or a great play that stood out to me. Just kind of like a little retro compilation of things. Anyway, Spurs are up by 1. Grizzlies ball, 10 minutes to go in the game. Bane's going to drive and turns the ball over. Grizzlies getting sloppy in the first quarter. Sohan leads the break-in, goes for the dunk. Doesn't get the dunk, but does get fouled. I didn't know that, Mr. Z. Okay, well, the extended Keldon Johnson's contract, Carlos, he's signed for another 3 or 4 years, so I don't think Keldon's going anywhere. Andrew, I'm still doing the music channel too. Love making music. My next music video will be my one legit chance at ever Sewing at the line for two. 2 shots. The Slaughter to Prevail cover I plan on doing, which would be a Weirdo Yankovic death metal type song. That'll be my one chance to ever have a video probably go viral or viral-ish on YouTube. Just finding the time to record it, do it right, do it justice, have my voice be 100% good to go when trying to do the vocals on that song, and then just getting down a cool video, really putting out a cool music video is going to be the thing. I've been planning it for weeks on end, and I just haven't gotten it up. Traveling on the Grizzlies, that's a turnover. My goodness, the Grizzlies getting extra sloppy in the fourth quarter. Not on a break from. I just put up a video of TSR Music last week from one of my previous bands from 2002. So definitely not on a break from there. I'd like to get a video up a week on my old stuff, just finding the time to make a music video, even if it's just a simple music video. Langford in the paint, no good. The tip in by Josh Richardson, Spurs. I think this is their biggest lead of the game. Oh, he's not going anywhere. Okay, Carlos, I thought you said he is going somewhere. I misread that. No, he's not going anywhere. Turnaround jumper is no good by Tillman. Follow up by Jackson is no good as he got the offensive board. Langford with the rebound. Spurs looking to extend the lead. And another foul on the Grizzlies? Yes. Foul on Kennedy Chandler. Ron's a Celtics fan. Well, hopefully you're happy with the Derek White trade so far. Like you're seeing, well, not seeing, but hearing about 2 former Celtics, Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford tonight. Frankie, they are. This is what I want to see from the Spurs on a nightly basis. If they lose, fine, so be it. I'd rather see them win. But if they lose, as long as the effort is there like this and the team is showing growth and our young guys are getting chances, then I'm all in. Jay Rich is going to take another 3. That one's no good. Jaren Jackson Jr. with the rebound. No, Ron, the Celtics beat us and we fought hard. Lost the game, but it was a tough battle, and we were missing a lot of guys. We were missing 3 starters. Jaren Jackson foul in the paint. He'll go to the line for 2. Oh, okay. Okay, Carl. I thought you said he was gone. All right. I was like, why would I? I thought he said he was gone. Maybe I read that wrong. Oh, Sanchez, you can say they're the best team in the world. Don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring. The Grizzlies have none. Not trolling. They haven't won anything yet. Yeah, Ron, you did. We didn't have Kelvin Johnson, Devin Vassell, or Jakob Poeltl. 3 starters out, and you got us at the end of the game. A good game, though. I didn't get to watch it. The game was blacked out in my area. I live in Connecticut, and I have the NBA League Pass, and all the Nets, Knicks, and Celtics games against the Spurs are blacked out. Very annoying. Stanley Johnson drives to the paint, passes it out to Romeo Langford for 3. No goods. And Grizzlies will pull down the rebound. A little over 8 minutes to go. Tyus Jones gets it up the court, drops it off to Zaire Williams. They go around the world, reset the offense. And finally, we're going to have a runner by Dylan Brooks. It's a 1-point game. LeBron James to the Celtics? Anybody? Steven Adams is playing, but he's not in the game. Or wait, is he in the game? No, he's not in the game. Don McDermott misses in the paint. A late whistle. He's going to go to the line for 2. 2 shots! Yes, slow-mo used to be on the Spurs, Veronica. Nah, Jim, it's Wednesday. It's even sooner. Wednesday, it's the Memphis Grizzlies, and then Friday, is the Golden State Warriors at the Alamo Dome. Sluggy McDormand at the line. Doug McDermott at the line for 2. One of the members here on the channel, or one of the subscribers, calls him Sluggy McDormand. I can't do it. No, LeBron James traded to the Celtics. We're just trolling Veronica. As you can see, she's a huge Doug McDermott fan. He makes both free throws. 3-point game. See, this might come down to the wire. I didn't realize the Suns are under 500 now. They're 20 and 21. What happened to them? Injuries? Tyus Jones, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Good. You think LeBron? Nah, LeBron probably has a no-trade clause. Brandon for 3. No good. That's the one thing I don't like about today's NBA. Besides the too many whistles, just run up to the 3-point line and just launch a 3. No setup, no nothing. Just throw up a quick 3. Tyus Jones gets down the other end in the paint. He'll take the shot, make the shot. Grizzlies have 1-point lead. I would agree with that, Ron. Jakob Poeltl in the paint. Layup, good. I still think the greatest rivalry in sports of all time is the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. I don't think anything's ever going to top that rivalry. Just such a long, over 100-year rivalry. It is Grizzlies ball. Santi Aldama gets fouled by Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, I feel that there's too many whistles. Period. I don't like games with a lot of whistles. Whether it's for my team or against my team, I just don't want a whistle fest. Not a fan. Another foul. This one's on Steven Adams. He's probably going to the line for 2. Just the refs and their whistles are just the refs swallow the whistle. Let them play a little bit for the love of basketball. Yeah, it looks like it was a foul though. Still, Spurs easy win. Gallicu? Spurs an easy win. Usually don't go. Those words don't fit in the same sentence. Oh wow, I didn't know that, Phil. Free throw's good. Tie game. Yeah, Jesse, they're blowing the whistle all the time now. I just said the Grizzlies are +9 in attempts from the line, but only +2 in makes. And Steven Adams missed the second one. And a foul on the Spurs again? That's 3 fouls on the Spurs, like in the last 5 seconds of real time on the clock. What? Seriously? And the Grizzlies are in the bonus. So this is going to be 2 more free throws. This is for Santi Aldama. This is ridiculous. Makes the first one. 3 fouls literally in the last 5 seconds of real game time. Santi Aldama, second free throw. Sounds good. 2 point lead. Frankie, it kind of feels like the R. I hate to complain about the rest, but good grief. Come on. That's a little ridiculous. Trey Jones with the ball out in 3 point land. Hey, what's the score of that college football game? Anybody know? The big game that's going on? Trey Jones, jumper, good. Tie game? I know I heard you guys saying in the chat earlier that one team sucks. So is that college football game a total blowout already? Trey Jones with 16 points tonight. That runner by Tyus is no good. Trey will bring it up the court for the Spurs. Trey drives into the paint. Loses the ball out of bounds. San Antonio ball. 45-7. That's not a very good game. I think the Grizzlies are challenging this, and they might win it. There's 8 minutes left in the third, and it's 45-7. Eesh. That's a huge game, isn't it? Huge? I don't know which bowl it is, but it's 45-7. Wow. Yeah, those days, Los Sanchez, we're not going to get refs like that anymore. TCU has time to. It's a national championship. That's the last game of the year, and it's 45-7. Jones brothers are nice, nice games. Who's better between Tyus and Trey? I honestly can't answer that. Jesus, thank you for being here. I haven't seen enough of Tyus Jones' game to make an honest assessment. I see him 3 to 4 times a year. He's not a starter normally. Trey Jones is. So just by that nature, is Trey Jones finding more success than his brother right now? I don't know. Hey, Asia Babe, thank you for stopping in. All the Marbles Bowl. My name is Rich Ron. R-I-C-H. Rich. Like Richie Rich, but not rich. Although I was born rich and I'll die rich. Food for thought. The Cowboys are second in their division, Carlos, and they looked bad yesterday. And the playoffs start this weekend, and it's never good to have your last game be a dud. Yeah, the Saints are taking a few steps backwards, no doubt. Yeah, Veronica just said it. Played horrible. Selena, I don't know how to say that name without sounding. It's gonna sound like I'm saying something else. N. So I'm just gonna N for your name. I'm sorry. I'm hearing me saying your name in my head, and it's not coming out in a politically correct way. She's a Spurs fan. I am so ready for the Giants Vikings. That's a rematch, and the Vikings just barely beat us on a 61-yard team field goal. So I'm gonna get together with my uncle on. I think the game's on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. Watch the game with family, a fellow New York Giants fan, and maybe we can win. Yeah, so Kyle, that name, I don't want to say it. I won't. If it was Negan from The Walking Dead, totally different story. Tyus Jones has 22 points tonight, so both brothers going at it. Fun little rivalry. I like Sohan Edward. He can't shoot for you know what, but he's been a pleasant surprise as the season has progressed. Playing some solid defense, seems to have a good basketball IQ, a good motor. He's not going to put it all together this year, But as soon as those shots start going in, Tyus Jones, free throw line jumper's good. He this could be a really, really good draft pick at the 9 position over the years to come if his game keeps developing. Dougie going baseline, toss it out to Sohan. Sohan back to Malachi Branham. Branham pull up jumper, short, no good. Ooh, and Williams is going to get fouled by Jakob. That's 2 more free throws for the Grizzlies. John Morant is out tonight. Veronica, that's right, you're a Walking Dead fan, aren't you? So are you going to watch the spinoff with Negan and Maggie? I've kind of checked out personally. The series finale, excuse me, I was kind of like, eh. Probably knowing all the characters that were gonna survive, because of the spinoffs, really ruined the episode for me. It's in my top 5 shows of all time, though, no doubt. That free throw's no good. Ball don't lie. Do I have any trades I'd want to see from the Spurs perspective? I do think we need to trade either Doug or Josh. No, we don't have to. Uh, I just think they can get something good for one of those vets to a playoff team. And I am, Veronica, I know you. When I say trade Doug McDermott, you're not exactly happy about it, but Doug is 31, I think now, and I think he'd rather play for a playoff contender than a team on a rebuild. Same thing with Josh Richardson. So if they can get those guys to playoff contenders and get something good from them back, I'd be totally on board. But if they stay, whatever, be rooting for them. Ball's gonna be knocked out of bounds. It's gonna stay with San Antonio with 6 on the shot clock. Season finale sucked though, yeah. The Rick and Michonne show does interest me, but I'm not going to get. I don't have cable. I'm not going to get AMC Plus just to watch those shows for. It was at $10 a month. Then again, maybe I will. Who knows? Probably not. Shot clock running out. Langford with a long 3, no good. Spurs down by 3. 5 minutes remaining. Wait a minute. Is John Morant really in legal trouble? DeMar Hamlin's breathing on his own now? Is John Morant really in legal trouble? He wants to stay with us and be handsome and black. He wants to win a ring, Veronica, and then maybe give you a ring in the process. Steven Adams at the line for 2, and the Grizzlies have been taking a million free throws this quarter, slowing the game to a crawl. First free throw's good. 4-point game. Philo Cases, go Grizz to you. The amazing CJ, throwing some hats up. Thank you for stopping in. It's a good game tonight. Much better than anticipated. I'll be honest, or I'll be transparent. The Spurs have struggled, or being up front, whatever you want to call it. The Grizzlies generally do a number on the Spurs. We struggle against them, and Morant usually has big games too. No Morant tonight. No Dennis Seller, Cullen Johnson for the Spurs. No Brandon Clark for the Grizzlies. It's still been a good game. Suddenly let me a quarter machine. No, we don't spur the moment. But you know what? That's not the person we got to stop. We got to put pressure on Kirk Cousins because he's not good in prime time or in the playoffs. Okay, Spurs are butt. Grizz fan? Yeah, I mean, you're better than us right now. But I won't be talking trash from a franchise that's done nothing in their history ever. I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, we have 5 rings and 6 finals appearances, and you have 0, and we're ASS. What's below ASS? Because that's where you would be. Just throwing that out there. Turnover for the Spurs. Fast break for the Grizz. Bane going to take a 3. Good. Man, don't you love the fast break 3s? There's nothing more exciting than stop running and then just shooting a 3. Who wants a big slam dunk? Let's just shoot a 3. Spencer Glenn, thank you for stopping in. Grizzlies fans rocking in now. You guys are up by 7. I don't know what's going on with John Morant. Somebody said he's got some legal issues. I have not heard that, so I don't know anything about that. I just know John Morant is not playing. And even though I'm a Spurs fan, I would rather see him play because he's a fun player to watch. And when I'm watching a game against the opposing team, I want to see the best players on the court for both teams. And in tonight's game, John Morant's out, Brandon Clark's out, Keldon Johnson's out, Devin Vassell's out. It's been a good game, even with all the players out, but I want to see both teams at full strength. They traded DeJounte Murray. I think he wanted to leave, and they weren't going to offer him based on his current contract, something with how much they could offer him in the future. I just don't think he wanted to be here. And now it's not really working out in Atlanta, from what I understand. I have not followed the Hawks at all since he went there. Don't care. But I know there's some tension there. Him and Trae Young, I believe. Not him and Trae Young personally, but Trae Young and the team. I don't know. Kirk Cousins is a huge question mark. Would you trust Kirk Cousins in the playoffs? Playoffs? Got to win a game first. Skip Bayless. Oh, I don't think. I think he worded that poorly. I read that comment, and if you really read into it, he's talking about how what happens with the game, but he closed it with something like that's all irrelevant now, saying that in a way, saying who cares about the game, but he worded it very poorly. Romeo Langford backdoor layup is good, 116-111. I think it was a very poorly worded comment. I'm not defending him. I'm not a fan of Skip Bayless, nor am I against him. Just reading his comment, it was not worded correctly and could be really taken the wrong way. Trey Jones in the game. Yeah, I feel the same way, and I think it was misunderstood because he just that the problem with it's great texting. If you're in a relationship with somebody, I'm sure you guys have experienced this. I have too. You're texting somebody, and your significant other takes the text out of context. It's one thing for it happens in my live streams. I'm talking to you guys, so you're pretty clear on what I'm saying to you as a YouTube channel. But you guys say something in the chat, I could totally take what you're saying out of context. Like somebody just puts a comment boring. I'm like, well, if you don't like the channel, leave. And they could be just talking about the game. I don't know. Another turnover for the Spurs and another foul for the Spurs. What do the Grizzlies have? 20 free throws this quarter? Bad timing, bad comment, wrong place, wrong time. This is getting out of hand with all the fouls. Edward, if the Spurs get the number one, we have a technical foul? Bane at the line. Where is he? Bane misses a free throw. Thigh injury. Okay, thank you, Kyrie. I don't want to spread rumors that he's got any legal stuff. So, just an injury? Okay. Luis Henrique, thank you for stopping in. I did see that, Asia. A lot of people were saying he should lose his job. I hope he's not talking about LeBron at Super Bowl Sunday. Who the heck cares about LeBron? Why are we talking about him? Quick pull-up three is a total brick by Dylan Brooks. Probably not the shot the Grizz were looking for there. Trey Jones pushes the ball up the court, gets poked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the San Antonio Spurs with 21 in the shot clock. Daniel Barry, good evening. Welcome back, Jared. Jared, it's been a decent game, but way, way, way too many fouls by the refs. The Grizz, I think, have taken 12 or 14 more free throws than the Spurs right now. Zach Collins for three on the inbound. That barely hits the rim. Terrible shot by Zach Collins. I know, Carlos. Tyus Jones for three. That's a brick. Wow. Paulino, let's get some Triple H. All right. Sorry! Boop, boop. I'm a Spurs fan, Kyrie, because of David Robinson. I am actually from New England. Grew up a New York Giants and New York Yankees fan, living in a New York household. Nobody liked the NBA. Discovered David Robinson in 1990. Been a Spurs fan since. And that is 1990. Early 1990, I've been a Spurs fan. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with San Antonio with 5 on the shot clock. The amazing CJ, that is Jeremy Sohan, our rookie. He was our 9th pick this year in the draft. I am streaming from Connecticut, Hartford area, NBA Team Pass, or actually League Pass. I have the League Pass. Excuse me. Ooh, Trey Jones gets clobbered. Travel? Jaren Jackson just clobbered Trey Jones, jumped and fell into him. Jones did a little hop before that and got hit with the traveling. 52-7. Oh, my clock is way ahead. What happened? I gotta keep my clock stopped to get back in sync. Veronica, the calls are not going our way at all. I'd rather Bane for three, no good. I'd rather not bring up the refs at all for either team. Just a nice neutral game. The guys are playing basketball, and I don't have to talk about officiating on either side of the ball, either for or against my team. Trey Jones loses in the paint, looking for the call, not going to get it. Complaining about the foul, lack of foul. 117, 111. The Grizzlies are in the bonus. They've been in the bonus for the past 5 minutes. And that's pretty much the biggest difference in the game. The Grizzlies have a huge edge free throw wise. Jackson for a long three. Oh boy. That could be the dagger. 120, 111. I didn't realize the Steelers started 2-6. Steeler Nation. I didn't realize they started that roughly. Zach Collins for three. Why do we have Zach Collins shooting a bunch of threes at the end of the friggin' game? Spurs playing a full court defense, not very well. And if the Grizzlies score again, that's probably going to be it. Now, good game. GG, Grizzlies fans, no matter what happens. Oh, turnover by Jaren Jackson. As soon as I say GG, Trey Jones brings it up the court, gets into the paint, throws up the layup. It is no good. Foul going to the line for two. Two shots. Looks like we finally got some people coming in. Can we get the stream to 100 thumbs up? Tank rolls on. My friends, can we get 100 thumbs up on the video? That is the goal. 100 of these. A Spurs win is a goal as well, but looking tough at this point. But I'd love to get to 100 thumbs up before the night is over, and you, my friends, can make that happen. And if you do, he lives. But if we don't get to 100 thumbs up, I wouldn't hurt him. Not like that. That guy's name, by the way, is Grogy, not Grogu, because Grogu is a character in Star Wars. That's my buddy, and his name's Grogy. Grogy Pierogi. His full name. Anyway, minute 15 to go. Spurs ball. Romeo Langford drives the paint. Oh, it's not two shots for the Spurs. What the heck? Trey Jones for three, no good. Zach Collins offensive board. And the ball's stolen. That's the game. I thought we had two free throws. We didn't. Minute to go. Game over. GG. Okay, Carlos. You don't have to, but my P.O. box is in the it's in the description of the videos and on the about section. Is it a LeBron James toy? LeBron James bobblehead? That's a miss. Spurs ball. Trey Jones gets up the court. And a blocking foul on the Grizzlies. And that is going to be two free throws for the Spurs as the Spurs are in the bonus. So correctly this time. Two shots. Is my hand bigger than the other? Yes to all. No LeBron things? Okay. I got to say, that's probably the thing I've enjoyed the most. You guys have asked about channel memberships. You've done super chats, etc., which I appreciate greatly. But when you guys just send me something, from here in the mail to the P.O. box, whether it's, a simple thank you card or, the Dejounte Murray bobblehead, whatever it may be, it's just that. Or when I met you guys in person, both free throws good. And just, yeah, when I went to like a Spur Memento, that's the one that really, especially since I live in Connecticut, so I can't, find a lot of stuff. Spurs condoms, that was a pleasant surprise. Just kidding. Just kidding. J/K. 30 plus seconds left in the game. 7-point game. Spurs aren't fouling, so I think the Spurs are conceding this. Dylan Brooks with the ball right now. 5 on the shot clock. Starts to drive into the paint. Pull up jumper. What do you know? A whistle. Yes, he's going to pass Kareem. No doubt, Kyrie. You know what? We're not there yet. We're in a rebuild. I just want to see us compete in games. They competed tonight. That's all I can ask as a Spurs fan. First free throw is no good. Have your fourth. I am actually April 5th, 2023. Yeah, I should do that. Maybe the Spurs playing in April. When's the season? I think the season ends right before that, Carlos. Second free throw is good, and that's game. I mean, we kind of knew that already. Hopefully, the Spurs just dribble the ball out and call it a night. No, they're going to try to score. Langford is 3. And that's game. All right, GG Grizzlies, you got us. Again, the Grizzlies have really beat us up the last few years. Struggle's been real. Thank you all for being here. If you could hit the thumbs up on the way out, we'll get to the ending game stats in just a moment. And then April 4th, do the Spurs play? They do. Versus the Suns at 10. I will be live for that game. More than likely. And let's pull up the end of game stats. How did V 27? Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about Veronica. Hey, it is what it is. We don't have a star. The Grizzlies do, even though we didn't play tonight. We'll get there. I mean, if the Spurs, this is a big if, Spurs fans. If we were to get the number 1 overall pick and get Victor and he doesn't stay injured, or if he's injury free, that'll turn that. You just need it. You need a franchise player. We don't have it right now. All right, let's start off with the Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks with 15, and Jaren Jackson Jr. with 16 points. He did finish the night with 5 block shots. Well done, my man. Steven Adams, 13 points and 15 rebounds. Desmond Bane with 15. Tyus Jones to lead the Grizzlies with 24, went 11 and 19 against his brother. Off the bench, Salty Adama also had a good game with 13. John Contra with 3. Kennedy Chandler with 2. Xavier Tillman with 9. And Zaire Williams with 11 for our San Antonio Spurs. KBD had 10 points. However, somehow, Keita Bates outplayed 17 minutes, scored 10 points, and his only stat is his shooting. 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 0 turnovers, and 0 personal fouls. That might be one of the oddest lines I have seen in recent memory. You think he would just oops a rebound or a foul or something. Literally, the only thing on his line is the points. Jeremy Sohan had 7 points, had a really rough game from the field, though, only 2 of 11. Jakob Poeltl with 13. Romeo Langford with 13 as well. Trey Jones with 18. Off the bench, Josh Richardson led bench scores with 16. Malachi Branham with 11. Doug McDermott with 9. Zach Collins with 9. And Stanley Johnson with 4. The Spurs, with this loss, we're probably going to be bottom 4 of the league. I've kind of accepted that. The Hornets and the Pistons both have 11 wins. We have 13. The Rockets have 10. So right now we're the 4th seed, and I think we're gonna probably 4th seed as in 4th worst team, by the way, not best 4th team in the playoffs. We got to 100 likes, yay! So it is what it is. Enzo, Happy New Year's to you, man. Just saw you sneak in right here at the end. Thank you for stopping in. It was a fun game. Thank you for all stopping in. I'm going to go play a little Xbox before I go to bed with my friends. And I will be back Wednesday at the same time to watch us play the Grizzlies again. Hopefully Kellen's good to go. Hopefully John Morant's good to go so we can get the 2 guys on the thumbnail maybe actually playing. But that's all I got. Thank you all for being here. Until next time, what you going to do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!